to the Everwind Chronicles. We are in episode 77, and we're just going to get right back into it. So the party is making their way towards Lyrandil and to investigate a number of things there, traveling through the extremely dangerous Helterlands, a wild and untamed wilderness of extremely dangerous creatures and people. Some of which they encountered, which in the form of basilisks, seemingly under the control of a Medusa. And in the process of that fight, 3 of the party got turned into stone. So they quickly made their way to VENATUS, which is sort of a stopover town in the middle of the Helterlands, protected by someone they called the Angel. So the party went, and thanks to the help of somebody in their caravan, they were able to get an audience with this being, or this person, who called himself Ashril. Ashril had a very intense conversation with them about power and other various things, revealing a few interesting tidbits of things, but then eventually striking a deal with them that he would be able to restore the party members who had been turned to stone, but on a temporary basis with a trigger of an unknown duration, that they only have so long to pull off the mission, and if they do, then it will be made permanent. Otherwise, they would eventually turn back to stone. The mission was, as Ashril explained, had to do with a ranger corps that he employs to keep track of various things and accomplish various tasks in the land surrounding the city of VENATUS. One of these rangers, the best of them, one of the most dangerous and clever of them, went to investigate a tribe in the north and didn't return. And shortly thereafter, they began seeing signs of him apparently going rogue or going crazy or something, and just murdering other rangers and other travelers, and just becoming a very big problem. And so Ashril sent the party to go track this ranger down, and if they can stop him, they will get the restoration made permanent. If they can bring him back alive, then there's an extra bonus of unique, but mysterious nature that he offered. And so the party went back to rest, and there were a few more very intense conversations where at least some piece or some hint of Stoics' activities during the 3-month downtime was revealed to Bear. And Bear and Stoic almost come to fisticuffs, and it's basically a very tense time with the party right now. As the party sets off in the morning after acquiring a few items, with Glaive deciding to accompany them, they set off to begin trying to track and hunt this rogue ranger named Bordren. So as you guys set off, that's where we're going to pick things up.
So we're still in the city, or are we saying we're like on the road?
Yeah, so you've made your way, like you're making your way out of the city and turning north to start heading north, which is where he said they've been seeing these traces of activity.
I will have White Claw join us.
Sure. Yeah, and of course Ashril recommended no horses if you care about your horses. Mm-hmm. So are you traveling by foot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, you begin walking as you set out into a snowy and icy landscape under a mostly clear sky, some clouds dotting the blue here and there, but no active snow at the moment. But it is still cold. Despite the sun's presence, it is still very cold as you make your way trudging through the snow northward. So, as you guys walk, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm just like on point, like just viewing the horizon, like trying to see if there's any movement or anything that is like clear signs of things around right now. Obviously, like when we get into actually like finding more nuanced things, that we'll need to dig deeper. But at least getting like a surface, like anything that seems out of place from the get-go.
Okay, roll a perception check.
I'll be trying to, I guess, kind of track as much as I can, seeing direction-wise if there's anything that I can actually find that would lead us to where we're going.
Okay, survival.
Can I'll communicate with White Claw telepathically, just like while I'm still going to like see if she notices anything.
24.
21 perception.
21. Okay. You can roll a perception check for White
Okay. As soon as I find her thing. Is it this? Sheeps. What is that called? Where do I find White Claw again? She features and traits? No.
Yeah, she should be in your
No. Coming live.
Hey.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Where is it?
She should be in
Oh,
your
Ashril. Thank you. Alright, you said perception?
There's comments. When you have such a distinct laugh, it's hard not to hear it.
So, I don't have a perception check. I have like her passive perception. Like she's got strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. That's
Hey friends, this is the fun part about D&D. It's sitting down and staring at stats and making sure you got the numbers right.
Yeah, it's just +1 because it'd be
Okay.
perception. So
21.
Hey! That's a nat 20. What?
Alright, White Claw.
Hey!
I just realized when I'm mounted, I have advantage on dex saving throws. I just realized that.
So you need. I love you. I'm so glad we're
It hasn't
friends.
happened that often, but I'm sure it's come across that I didn't realize.
uses them out.
Okay, I'm fixing that now. Alright, guys. I realized my mistake. I'm working on it.
plug in the music through here.
We're good for right now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, just bear with us. We're gonna roll without music for a little bit.
Yeah.
We're working. We've got a lot of new equipment we're working on, so
Yeah.
we're getting there.
We're also 2 plays down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Chris is not going to be here tonight. Danny is running late. He will be here at some point. We hope.
We hope. Otherwise, we're running other characters.
Yep.
A lot of doubling up. So.
Not it.
And Danny is usually the one who runs easy. So.
Because I can't do a German accent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is I. Easy.
You sound just the same.
Wait, I thought Chris was in the room.
Listen. Acting.
So. All right. So, anything else while you guys are walking?
It's not really got anything to do with tracking, but Zenoa would definitely be interested in, before we get too far out, in reading Valen's thoughts. That's what happened last night.
Why Valen's thoughts?
Yeah.
He don't say a peep.
He's so quiet.
He's so quiet.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
It's just gonna be like, let's right with some
Right.
16.
Okay. She's like, okay, there's really not
Breathe,
on there.
breathe in for 6,
Just
hold
missed
for
it.
6, out for
Over
6,
15.
hold for
A
6.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you fell.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah.
So surface
you
thoughts.
can read, yeah, your surface thoughts.
He's probably. I mean, there is a little bit of because he's doing the tracking right now. So there is. I'd say that's actually his surface thoughts. Is he's tracking. So he's looking out for. Okay, I see footprints or whatever there, whatever I can find. So yeah,
Okay.
that's probably my surface thoughts. Like very disciplined focus of mind on what's going on with the task in front of him.
Okay.
Let's see if she's going to probe deeper.
Well, she.
I can cast suggestion, but
Yeah, it's not exactly
Okay.
detect thoughts.
Yeah.
It's something a little bit different, but she can cast suggestion for free.
but she don't do that.
Trip.
Another coin?
Exactly.
What did I find this time?
Okay. So as you guys are walking and making your way, you don't see much. There's a lot of fresh snowfall. There's a lot of you do see some creatures occasionally here and there. As you're kind of making your way northward, but you don't really run into any particular trouble. At some point, about an hour in, Glaive kind of pulls you back from the
Me?
group a little bit. Yeah, fair. And she just kind of quietly is like, I do not mean to pry, but you seem a little upset this morning.
No, that's fair. We told you about Stoic, right? Like, what have we told you about Stoic? I don't remember what we said.
I don't. Yeah, I could be remembering incorrectly, but I don't think you told her anything about
Okay.
his situation.
You know what a paladin is. Like, we don't like demons and devils, and I especially don't like it when other clerics or other paladins corrupt themselves. Without getting too much into it, Stoic and I have a disagreement about that issue. And I found out something, and I sort of accused him last night. And it still seems kind of weird, but I don't know. It's just something is going on between us, and I don't want to. It's kind of our problem. It's kind of one of those things where he made a dumb decision, and we can't remedy it. And I don't know where he is anymore. I used to have a better grip on our relationship, and I don't know what that is anymore.
That is so sad.
Yeah. But again, thank you for asking. It's just like I said, I try not to let anyone else put my burden on anyone else if I can help it.
Yeah, that is a very tough. It's I understand a little bit, maybe. Maybe not with the devils and the demons, but with we have an uncle in my family who is addicted to wine, and he is sometimes very nice, but it causes a trouble for the family, and he has not Sometimes he says that he wants it to change, but he never does. And so we all cannot trust him. And so it's very difficult because he is a family. We cannot just abandon him, but he is... I think he is despised by a lot of the family because of his choices. And I think I did at first, but my mother said that he started this way after his wife died. And I don't know that that makes it okay, but it does help understand why.
Yeah, I guess like the trouble is, I can empathize a little bit with why he did what he did. It's not completely like out of left field, but it's still just like he's still doing it. Yes, he's still my brother, but at the same time, he's still doing it. I don't know how long I can stand by that. I feel like with your uncle, like, you don't want to give your uncle more wine if you can help it. Yeah, it's an odd time for us right now. It's the Folly.
I think empathy is what lets you love the person while handling things, but it does not mean you always ignore it. They're sometimes destructive.
What's destructive?
But these are bad choices. As I understand why my uncle does so, and I suppose if I had been married for 12 years to someone I loved very much and they died, I would also want to flee those emotions, but that does not mean that's a good choice of how to do so, especially if it is hurting other people.
Right. So what did you do about your uncle?
Well, he is still there, but he will always be a part of the family, but he will never be in charge of anything. My mother says that people who are addicted are liars, and so they cannot be trusted even if we love them. We can love them and not trust them at the same time. It is hard, but we have to hold back the pain as much as we can.
Yeah. I just don't know what to do anymore about it. We've talked. I've confronted. He's denied. I feel like he's lied a little bit. And I kind of feel like I'm alone in this too. I don't know if anyone else cares. Someone cared, but she went off on her own. And for a little bit, if I'm honest, I didn't really care. So I feel a little bit to blame as well. But after our friend kind of shook some sense into us, I realized the harm I was doing to him. But it might be too late now.
Well, I don't know you very well, and I don't know what's going on, but I care. I'm here for you, if I can be, and I think that is the beauty of life, is that you can still make your choices. After death is when it becomes much harder to change, if you even can. Life is when you make your choices, and I think that means that as long as he is alive, he is never hopeless. And he needs people like you.
Well, thank you, Glaive. I am very glad that you were able to join us on this little excursion. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's not super fun right now, but I guess I needed to hear that from you.
If I can help, let me know.
Thank you.
And if you have to fight him, I will fight him too.
Like, put my hand out, like, shake her hand.
Picking sides.
Yeah. Girl, I don't know if you realize what you just did.
Well, thank you, Glaive. Again, your company and your encouragement is greatly appreciated. And I hope it doesn't come to that, but it might.
I hope so. But, you can call me Iziri.
Ziri? Okay. I feel very honored. While we're on the topic of that, do you have a nickname for me yet? I'm kind of jealous of Moonshard, to be honest.
Oh, no, I was a little busy with the fire, trying to talk to him. But I will
Okay.
think of one.
I look forward to it. Is Ziri.
Big mistake telling about your name.
You've been so interested in that conversation.
Can't keep a secret.
Decisions were made. Okay.
I'm just gonna start walking down the trail. Ziri, learn saying Ziri.
Jesus Christ.
5 seconds.
I guess you guys would notice I was like in a super grumpy mood that morning, but after me and Glaive talk, I'll kind of, what's the word when you're in your horse trot? What's the word? Gallop? I'll gallop on back like, I wouldn't say the burden is completely lifted, but there's a smile there. There's like a, like a little bit more, like,
Having your step.
yeah, just a little bit
More
more
confidence in the task.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So, how are we doing music? Do you need to run through here?
I think we'll just keep it off tonight because for whatever reason, or take care of a break. That's all I can do.
Okay. It's weird being in silence.
I know. Well, it's back to Zoom days where
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I have played my own music on
Well,
Spotify.
I was used to it on Zoom, but now you've spoiled me with the music for the past like 10 sessions or whatever.
We can't just play it on the computer.
I guess we can. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, pop it up.
I was like, it is eerie quiet.
Not that his Urindale playlist isn't opening, but you're not very Ultimate's playlist.
the disturbing, ominous soundscape that is the Helterlands.
Yeah, this is very comfort music, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Feeling good.
When I think about the lullabies that my the caravan used to sing me tonight, it was it was around like that. Yes.
Very, very peaceful.
Yes, very peaceful. Instantly puts me to sleep. That and car rides instantly out like a light. The haunting wails of death.
All right. So, as you guys work, what order are you guys going in here?
I imagine that you and I probably would be up front because you're trying to keep up for traps, not trying to keep up with tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still take rear.
Okay.
I can be behind these two. That two.
Just the mic picks it up.
Yep.
What do you guys think they should be?
Middle.
Yeah.
Easy would typically be in the middle.
Yeah, easy
Yeah.
does it.
And Stoke probably right behind him.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. That's not too off brand.
No. So it goes. You guys kind of tied for first.
Yeah, depending on what the.
You,
with how wide the trail is and everything. Maybe a little bit.
Okay, so Sarah, Valen, Zanoa, Easy, Stoic, Glaive, Bear. Okay.
And once we kind of gauge like half day's travel, kind of.
Oh yeah, when we start
Time
time into
yeah.
like when we're actually in that like
Yeah.
this is the last known location, you'll start to notice things come up sort of situation.
Gotcha. Okay,
So
so
it was half day, yeah, you're right.
as you begin to make your way, and probably around the end of that conversation is when sunrise hits, since you guys left pretty early, and you start to see the sun come up and start getting a little bit better bearing on the land, and you continue on for a few more hours, just sort of trudging through the snow, and it is tiring, and it is not like walking on a road. You know, this is snow, and at times it's like deeper than it looks, and you kind of have to like kind of fall a little bit, and then have to dig yourself back out and everything. And it's you know, it's you know, it hides branches and different things like that that are it's quite a unpleasant travel. Kind of vaguely reminding you, for the three of you, would be reminding you of the swamp.
I was about to ask, is it like the swamp trudging?
Of Echelon, yeah, where you're plowing through
Yep.
knee or thigh deep water. But smells significantly better.
There's a plus. Not as hot as
Pushing the mounds
Yeah.
Yeah.
to swallow me whole.
Yeah.
But still, you can't help but eventually become basically wet from the waist down, as you're, you know, the snow that gets on you eventually melts, and you know, there's wet socks and boots and everything, and it's it's not-
Stoic and I were in a fight right now, I would have already been. I'm sorry, it was right there, I couldn't leave it alone.
you need to lay down in the snow, I think.
Cool off.
All right. Eventually, though, hey.
Oh, look at
back.
You're not supposed to point out that
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
coming in super late.
this! What?
I'm not pointing out anybody coming in right now.
Yeah.
We're pointedly ignoring.
See, if you just come in like this, though, no one will notice.
There's jelly beans.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's wait till the break though. This house.
Hold on. Open them now.
I should have made a bowl for you before we started, but
You know I can't resist.
I know.
There's jelly beans. I'm mixing in with my dice.
Just don't eat the wrong one.
There we go.
Crunch.
Awesome. So, just in time. As you guys have traveled and made your way, plowing through the snow and ice, making your way northward, after a few hours of travel, eventually you see up ahead of you what looks like a carriage, about 100 feet in front of you, kind of towards the edge of some woods.
Yeah, I instantly, like, the minute I clock something up, I just, like, halt the crew for a second, and I'm just like, duck, get low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'll get low, but I'll like, as they're facing the front, I'll peer around and make sure we're not being ambushed behind us.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Okay, shorty.
Not the shortest one here. Got a whole, like, inch and a half.
By getting low, do you get off of White Claw?
Yeah.
I knew what you were meaning by that. I was trying to be literal.
No,
No?
I'm still gonna be on White Claw.
You're a giant dog.
Yep. That is a 10.
Okay. You look around and you just see mainly just snow. There's like some low hills and dunes of snow and that sort of thing around. And then, of course, the edge of the forest in front of you. But you don't see anything that stands out.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay in that position a little bit.
That way, I'll go look
Yeah.
this way then.
I'll take tree line.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think
Well-
we're going to keep an eye out, but also like sneak towards the carriage.
Yeah.
Going opposite.
Yeah,
ways.
he and I are going to do one of these little pincher maneuvers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, who's going right? Who's going left?
I'm going towards tree line.
Which side was the tree line on?
So it's like right on the edge of the tree line. So basically both left and right are.
Okay.
Oh, the same.
I'll go left, you go right?
I'll go right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys kind of do the, how far apart, how far away from the
Yeah.
carriage?
How far are we right now from the carriage?
By the way, I'm going to be a lot more specific about a lot of this for this.
That's fair. No, that's very, very fair.
Yeah.
Is that the one we should do now, or should we do the other one right now?
Right now you're about 100 feet away. So
100 feet away.
Are we in like an open field?
for the most part, there's a little bit of hills, like some low hills,
Okay.
you know, different distances
How
around
close
you.
do we want to get to the carriage? Do we want to like get up on the carriage, like really get near it, or do we just close enough where we can like really see?
I want to get close
Right
to the
before they move,
Mhm.
I would like to kind of look at our space and look forward, carriage and all, and cast find traps.
Okay. Let's see what that entails.
It's a 120-foot area.
Do you smell good? It's like, you know what I meant.
They usually stink, man. Tonight, I'm on point, bro.
I would like to say that I am just as awkward in real life as I am in this game.
Do you smell good?
I knew what I was trying to say, but it came out like a weird question. I meant to ask, are you wearing something?
It doesn't tell you where it is,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay, and how close did you say you're getting?
30 feet to the carriage?
I'm going to do 35 feet.
35 feet?
I'll do 35 feet
Yeah.
in the carriage.
I'll keep like parallel with her, so about 35 feet from the carriage.
Okay.
Well, I'll stay you. If that's okay. I'll stay
Yeah.
you before.
Oh, you're gonna keep this here before
I'm
we?
gonna
Okay.
cast this first.
Okay.
It's got a big range.
Gotcha.
Okay. So as you, as you clutch your holy symbol and begin your prayer and feel, you feel this kind of divine essence, this familiar or increasingly familiar power that somehow seems not unpleasant to you somehow, but somehow colder than even the air and the ground around you just go out from you invisibly. And you wait for a moment, and then you feel like a cold prick that seems to be indicating a yes.
Right? How do I learn the general nature of danger?
You would have to find it and investigate it, basically, because it just tells you that there is one.
Okay.
You don't learn the location or
Sure.
Then can
general.
I do a perception check with advantage since I know something is there and we're looking for it?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll just give you a look. And I won't say anything about motion.
Okay. The general nature. It says it does. You learn the general nature of the danger posed by a trap you sense. So, I would say you detect something to do with poison
Okay.
and something else that you can't quite put your finger on.
Okay.
Something you think might be magical.
I'll mouth.
Okay. How much time does it take to don and doff?
I want to say.
Like a minute?
Let's see. I'm seeing if
I'm
it's
for like
different
light
for
leather
different-
armor.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking to see.
Yeah,
Depends
let's
on
see.
which category. Light armor, 1 minute.
Okay. I literally take my cloak and I hand it to Cody, to Zenoa to hold it. And I undo my leather armor and I put on the acid resistant armor from the dragon from way back when.
Okay.
Do you You still
Like,
have the cloak of many
You
factions.
see Glaive just like,
You.
like turn around as you start
Yeah,
changing in front of
you have clothing fashions.
Wait, are you totally stripping right now? What's happening?
Well, I have like an
Okay.
under layer. So like Asura has this like what I would consider like a turtleneck, like long john situation,
Okay, yeah.
and then she wears like her leather's like a full leather
Yeah.
situation. So I literally just take my leather off, and then I literally pull a different set of leather on, and I pull it up, and so I get the acid resistance.
Here I saw her ankles.
You see more than my ankles. I've been blocked in
seen
front
this
of you.
before.
I've been totally
happened
blocked in front of
before.
all of y'all. Cool. Yeah, and then I'm going right and you're going left?
Yep. And I'm gonna, I don't know if I already have done it, but the cloak of many fashions, I'm gonna turn it to like some kind of white to blend in with the snow and like a fur type of winter coat or winter cloak.
Okay. Okay. Just a little white.
And before you go, I will say a prayer over you and cast guidance on you.
It's a deep
Steve Force ability check.
How long does guidance last?
A minute.
So you said 35 feet. You're going to either side.
Yep.
Are you going like right up to the tree line? Or are you circling all the way around it? What are you doing?
Do we want to meet all the way in the back? Do we want to make a loop, cross and then come back?
Yes, I think that'll be good.
We'll do we'll go out, cross in the back, and then come back.
When we get within 35 feet, we're gonna look out and
Yeah.
see what we can see.
We're staying just at the 35 feet.
How deep is the snow? You said it was like waist deep?
Yeah, no, like at this point right here, around knee deep.
Knee deep, okay. So I was wondering if I could if I crouched down, would it cover? But knee deep, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I'm very specifically looking for things that can trigger an action. So like when they were teaching me how to like do the trigger trap sort of situation when I was in the thing underground, I'm super like looking for any like broken tree branches or anything that would indicate something is connected to something, is hooked to something, is pressed to something. Like I'm super paranoid now.
roll a perception check.
Do we get advantage because we know it's there? We know something is there.
I would say each of you roll a perception check separately.
Okay, so we're gonna perception check.
That's gonna be +9, so that's gonna be 19.
The guidance that this works on this too.
For an ability check, is
Yeah,
that what we're
okay.
doing? Yeah.
Is that on both of us or just him?
Just him.
23.
Is that it's for any
D4.
rolls for a minute?
No, it's
Just the
one
one.
roll.
It's you get it once.
Almost like my 13.
23.
13 and 23. Okay. So, as you guys, begin approaching, and then about 35 feet out from the carriage, like splitting off to go around it, as you're kind of mirroring your way, kind of in that kind of circle, or like semicircle diagonal way, Asura, you notice something in the tree, like toward the top of the tree. You notice some snow seems to have fallen off a little bit in a few different places on the tree line where it doesn't seem to be as even as other snow on the branches. And as you notice this, you hear, as Valen, right as she's noticing this, you feel something on your shin under the snow line. As you hear a, and you see as a bunch of darts shoot out, and I need each of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Evasion.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not great.
Yes. So 27 if that matters.
That's only gonna be.
So
Dang it! I hate that I rolled low. That's gonna be dex save. That is going to be a 13.
Okay. And now it's not
But
evasion.
evasion,
Yeah.
so it's already halved even if I failed.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got evasion, so it's.
So you're able to in just sheer reflexes, you just duck, and you see these darts just go straight over your head and implant in the snow behind you with a little bit of a just small puff of, as this line flies through the air. Asura is not so lucky, and you're going to take several of them, and you're going to take
have acid, and if anything is poison.
You said acid.
Oh shit, it's acid, not
Yeah.
poison. Acid resistance.
So at half, it's going to be 4 damage, poison
Okay.
damage. And you feel, as these darts like hit into you and you feel the poison start to seep into you, you feel something else starting to try and invade. I want you to make a charisma saving throw.
That is going to be an 18.
So as you feel this, you feel this like this constriction almost, like this, like it's a little bit harder to breathe, and you feel like it's a little bit harder to move, and you just don't feel like you're as limber and loose as you once were. This is Bane, and so what's going to happen is
Did I fail?
Yeah.
At an 18? Fuck me!
Darts are
That's a good monk.
Or not good luck, but good player.
Yeah, he warned you. This guy knows what he's doing. The target. So essentially, what's going to happen is that you don't know how long this lasts, but you're going to take a D4 and subtract it from any attack or saving throws.
Anti-bait. Did I not say anti-bait?
You thought that was more. Yes, I cast Batman.
It's not this one, please.
Oh, you didn't like Battinson?
I haven't seen it, I have no
We'll get
opinion.
into that later.
Okay. Fun, I love that for me. That's gonna go really well for me.
You got screwed twice now.
So often.
Yeah.
So often. And I would also like to point out that my max number of hit points is 38. I'm a small child
I
in
think
this
we
world.
probably switch places.
Yeah, I'm a small child. Problem is, I'm the only one who's really good at figuring out trap
Right,
shit.
right.
Except that I'm bad at avoiding trap shit, even when I know it's coming.
Yeah.
So, so with that, as you feel this and you kind of recover a little bit and look around, from what you can tell, it seems like the trap is expended, to the best of your knowledge. So, there's that.
Did find traps, does it tell like the quantity of traps? Like when I got a ping?
I think it. I'm looking. I'm trying to look. I gotta find it.
Of any trap within range, that's what the line is saying.
Merely reveals that a trap is present. You don't learn the location of each trap, but you do learn the general nature posed by a trap you sense. It's kind of ambiguous.
How long is that? Is that like a instant thing, or does it last for a certain amount of time?
No, it's
It's instant.
instantly.
It's just like a ping, like an echolocation ping,
Yeah.
that just lets you know. Without the location. I'm trying to figure out how I want to interpret this. I would say you get the impression there's more than one.
Okay.
So I'm sure after dodging out of the way, I'm looking over, like doing the motion. You need to come over there.
How far are you from the rest of us?
I have no idea how far am I from the rest of them right now.
Let's see. You started circling around. It was about halfway around, so 70, 85, like 80, 85 feet, something like that.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm being extra cautious now, keeping an eye on traps.
Okay. I want both of you to roll new perception checks.
So I'm using the D4 on that one.
That's bad.
You're bang yourself too.
Oh, that's right. And it's like, fuck me. No, it's just for saves and attacks, not for.
I think it's any check, right?
No, he specifically said for
It
attacks
is
and saves.
Attacks and saves.
13.
So not for
Yeah,
checks.
so not for ability
Oh,
checks.
oh.
13.
I rolled a 13 as well. But that's
If
with
it's-
the
if
D4.
it's- Okay.
Yeah, I rolled the D4 too.
My passive is higher than that.
Alright, so what'd you get?
13.
13.
Okay.
Oh boy, the D and
Yeah.
giggles.
We're dead. I'm dead. It's been a pleasure.
Uh-huh.
So you circle around, you continue kind of creeping forward a little slower now as you're trying to look, and you can kind of see these simple but well-made, clever dart launchers basically that have been rigged up in the trees above you as you reach the tree line. You kind of hesitate and look around right at the trees and don't seem to notice anything. So you continue on, making your semicircle around this carriage.
Yep, about 35 feet away.
At this point, being about 35 feet away too, you can see a couple of things. What would this be? Let's see. Make either a survival or nature check, your choice.
Survival.
I'll give you the help action.
Oh, you give me the help action?
Can I give him help instead of, or do you want to do it separate?
You're separated. You're kind of doing this separate at the moment.
I thought we were
so
back together again,
Nope,
so we can.
natural one. So.
You're circled out, like you're on the opposite ends of the carriage right now.
You said either survival or
Nature.
nature. Survival, that's going to be an 18.
Okay, and you roll a 1.
Natural one.
Okay. So yeah, you're not even paying attention.
Hitting those 20s and 1s tonight. Already.
I would say you notice a couple of things. One is there are a few marks or scratches or cuts or something on the carriage. You can't really tell from this distance what their nature might be. You also see what looks like an unmoving body sitting in the driver's seat with some arrows stuck out of the chest. And I'd say, what did you really say?
18.
18. So with an 18, I'd say you look at it and you notice it doesn't seem to be covered in fresh snowfall, which tells you it's within the last day or two. That you had encountered snowfall before that, so it's comparatively fresh. Otherwise, you see there was a horse that's not there anymore. Like traces have been cut, and like one of the wheels is kind of like broken and on its, it's where the carriage is kind of leaning to the side a bit. You can see the door is actually like popped open, like it's closed, but it's not latched, if that makes sense. And the driver does look well dressed.
You said that there's no horse anymore. Is there any tracks from that horse that go from the location outward?
Roll a survival check.
That's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
Okay. I think you would see some kind of like running off into the woods. That's about all you get.
As they're doing this, could I just check our backs, the people that are in the back, and make sure,
Roll a perception check.
yeah, for sight or sound or anything?
22.
Okay. Aside from that little bit of noise from the darts flying through the air, you haven't really heard anything. There's a little bit of a breeze, kind of going across the, spraying up some snow here and there, a little bit of sway to the trees and the tree line ahead of you. But other than that, you don't really hear anything. So you guys continue on, kind of stepping into with the soft crunches of stepping into, the dead foliage and everything underneath the snow. As you start to see, of course, under the forest, there's less, and the snow is more patchwork and more not as clean as it was. And you eventually start circling around slowly until you meet again on the other side.
We've met the mill now.
Like in the woods, about 35 feet in the woods. Yeah.
Oh, we're in the woods? Okay. Did you?
Yeah, I'm stage whisper.
Yeah.
I got this pretty bad.
You did. You need.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I got hit hard. I just feel rocked. You know? Like I feel really off.
I wouldn't know what that is, would I? Probably.
Can I do an Arcana check on myself?
Sure. You can. I don't think you're trained.
I get a
Arcana.
raucous high number right now with that stupid cloak I've got
Yeah,
on.
you do. You are our Arcana girl right now.
That is going to be
Funny.
18,
Arcana
19, that's going to be
girl.
21. Yeah, I hate magic, but I'm very good at noticing it. That's a 21.
Yeah, because I think you guys have used this spell before.
Oh, I've used it, yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds a lot like what
What?
Bear has done to other people.
I feel like there is some sort of dark kismet that I'm currently under the influence of something that Bear generally does to people.
I wonder if you'd be able to reverse that in any way.
I don't know, it feels more like this is some sort of like sick, sort of like justice for causing trauma last night. That I should be inflicted upon the thing that Bear generally inflicts upon others.
Wow.
It's a little on the nose
It's
this
like
morning.
poetic
It
justice.
really, I don't like it. It's very on the nose this morning. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. It didn't hit me, so I'm good.
I feel like I went into the wrong line of work.
How so?
In theory, I should be better at you than this, and yet somehow I get my ass kicked more regularly.
Sometimes it's just luck.
All right, Dixie. Let's just head back. Let's... Nope. No. No. No.
So you're heading back?
Yep.
We're gonna keep the pattern.
Like circle around
Yeah.
and split up again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Try to get in
No. Whatever that was. No.
Try to stay in the footfalls of the
Yeah.
other
Almost
person.
like literally like follow back
Yeah.
his path, like
Yeah.
follow his feet back.
Okay. Alright. So very carefully and slowly, and because of the like slowness and the distance, it takes about 15, 20 minutes to do this kind of whole journey of as you guys are just kind of watching this kind of happen, watching them disappear into the woods for a bit, and eventually emerge back out, trying to very carefully match your own steps and everything as you make your way back around and back out to the group.
I pull one of the dart things. Certainly we triggered something.
Are you injured?
Yeah.
There's more than one.
Fuck. Well, we stayed just outside of the circle of it. There's definitely a dead body on the actual carriage, and there's like a door that's no. And there's a door that's open, and the wheel dead, and the horse must have left at some point. And it's pretty rough.
Hey,
I'm
while
not-
while I have you here,
Mm.
we're gonna need you. And I'm gonna pull out a leather strap and
Now in front of all these people.
and wrap around your arm
Mm.
and cast freedom of movement.
Okay.
All right. It's a nice accessory.
Let me see. That's a big boy. So, for the duration, which is 1 hour, your movement is going to be unaffected by difficult terrain.
Okay.
And actually, spells and other effects can't reduce your target's speed, nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained. So spells or other magical effects could not cause you to be paralyzed or restrained.
If you're physically grappled.
There's something.
Right. You can also spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles, or a creature that has it grappled. Finally, being underwater poses no penalties on your movement or attacks.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 4th level spell. So.
Just some things.
I suddenly feel very, I don't know, light of foot. Alrighty, so what am I supposed to do with this?
Well, it makes you look cooler.
It does, absolutely.
But it should help you get in and out of whatever traps that he has planned for us.
Oh, so I'm going back in. Great. I love that for me.
I'm certainly not.
I just met you guys, so no.
Before we go back in, do we feel like he's here?
I start looking around.
You
Actually,
saw something, right?
I saw the platforms. I saw like snow had been pushed off of branches, is what you said, right? Like,
Well, yeah, the impression you get was essentially in the process of setting up the traps, like some of the snow was shaken a little bit loose, so you could tell something was there.
Yeah.
Which
but
is,
like something had to go high up in the tree to like get things locked into place and set up.
I mean, you would assume somebody would have had to get up there
Yeah.
to mount them.
I'm gonna look around again to see if I can see any other places where it looks like snow has been slightly disturbed.
Okay. Yeah, you look around and it looks like it kind of matches that line of where all the darts came from.
And with my perception check, I didn't see any other footprints other than ours, right?
No, not at the moment.
I'm gonna walk up to Easy. Do you think Galaxis could like maybe do like a perimeter check? Could he like fly around and see what he sees?
I can ask.
I know it might be. I know he's got a mind of his own, but maybe.
It's a she.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, wherever she is. Yeah. See if she wouldn't mind. I think it could help.
Okay. He looks and you can see it's sort of like flying in kind of a circle, like a loose circle around you guys as it's at the moment. Always watching Easy, and you see Easy kind of look up for a moment, and he doesn't verbally speak, but he's pretty obviously communicating, and he says, I have asked, but I'm not sure, honestly.
She didn't say yay or nay. Just kind of left it up.
She does not seem to like talking to me.
That's fair. Okay.
Thank
you.
And that trust yet?
Yeah, look at them.
I know this is going to be really outside of the box for us, but is there a possibility that this is just here to slow us down?
Oh, it is very possible that is just here to slow us down.
So we could go around it.
Absolutely. We've already triggered something that we could walk around.
So then my question is, if we feel he's here, then we should investigate, but if he's not, do we really need to? Or can we
just
gain
move on.
speed?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, if we don't feel like he's here, we just move on.
I mean, I really want to see what's in that wagon.
Oh yeah.
I just...
I guess the question is, do we think anything that might be left in that wagon would be helpful for us to either have or to understand this person better?
I mean, do you really think he would leave something like that behind?
I don't know what kind of game he likes to play.
I don't either. He doesn't strike me as the fellow that would leave the one thing that could kill him in a wagon for his enemies to find.
Oh, something to track him by anyway. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna find anything out back here. The best bet is we all retrace our footsteps.
Well, do you want to look inside with your fancy eyes?
I can do that.
I know you can.
Again.
Let me check the range, because I don't think it's very far.
Look with your special eyes.
My brand!
Specialize activate.
Specialize.
He can see watching you.
You see that little anime?
Oh, that's amazing.
It only allows me to see 30 feet and for a short period of time, so we'd have to get awful close to that wagon just to look at it.
Well, our path is 35 feet that we made.
So we should be able to move another 5-10 feet and see. Maybe let us lead the way again, since we maybe know what we're looking for.
How about
maybe.
I go behind you, stay within
Okay.
10 feet of me, both of you, so I can give you my help.
So we all go one side?
Yeah, let's all go
Okay.
one side together.
Okay.
Let's go. Do you want to go your side?
Sure.
So maybe you 10 feet me, and then 10 feet you guys. Give us that nice buffer. So we're all within my help range.
Well, I won't be able to do this again for quite a while.
Do we think it's worth it?
I mean, I don't, but it's up to you.
What does this allow you to do? I know that you can see
See through.
through, but can you see? Does it allow you to see like invisible?
No, it
No,
just
okay.
allows me to see through solid objects.
Okay.
You probably have to get, once you get there, you probably have to do 10 feet to see the whole carriage. So 5 feet would get you to the edge, like seeing the edge of the carriage. You have to do another 5 to
I
see.
have
How-
to be
So now,
close.
do you
How
think
long
we
can you
should
do
actually
that?
get into the carriage right now, or do you think we
1
should
minute.
keep going?
I prefer to save it.
Yeah, I would too, because I'd rather. This guy seems like he's really good at hiding,
Yes,
and that may be useful.
I agree.
I'm a little panicked about turning back into stone, and I just don't really want to waste time.
No, I agree. I say we move on up and to the tree line. And maybe we'll keep an eye out for traps, because you said there's another one out there. You sensed another one,
Nearby.
so we don't know where that is exactly.
I'm not at all interested in what's in the carriage.
Not either. We can do a quick glance if you want to,
I'm
but
so morbidly curious, but I think you might have the right idea.
all right. So I guess let's find a way. We'll retrace my footsteps on the left side of the tree line and find the path around the wagon.
So then keep going further into the trees.
Yeah.
I'm now gonna really monitor higher. Now that I know that somebody was able to get up to set things, I'm now watching up a lot more and seeing any other disturbances of the branches and things like that.
Okay.
I'm
So sort
watching
of
the
splitting
ground.
your attention.
And he'll go. He's gonna let
On the
him go
ground.
high.
Okay.
And I'm going to be 10 feet behind them.
Okay, so you're not in the back anymore. You're gonna
Correct.
move.
I'm going to hopefully be that
Okay,
10
the
feet
back.
buffer between like you guys and
So I think once we get up to the wagon, I'd want to do another I'd want to try to track again, see if I can find a direction. I don't know how this looks. If there's like one general direction everything moves toward, or there are a lot of options. But
Okay, so now it is Asura and Valen, 10 feet Bear, 10 feet Stoic, and then everybody else in the same order.
were you trying to keep both of us within 10 feet?
Mhm.
Okay, so he's like
So you have to do side by side then, because I mean, I guess you would be a little
Yeah,
closer.
yeah. Valen and I are in the front. He's
So it's
behind
basically a
us.
line.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we're 10 feet behind Bear.
I don't know how you guys are doing. I'm just staying 10 feet within them. I mean,
Yeah.
how far you want to be back behind me?
I
It's
don't
up
want
to
to be
you.
too far from you guys.
And we just keep it like
Yeah,
single
we'll just
file,
play
like
single file.
Okay, so
easy
Stoic
case
and
probably be the odd man out on this, unless you want to be in the very back.
I was thinking of being in the very back, but no, also my perception is not very good. So,
If anything was following us.
yeah, so if somebody with better perception wants to take the back, I just wouldn't take them hits.
Honestly, I
I
think
can. I'm
Okay.
pretty good at perception.
Yeah, I think you and I have the highest.
yeah.
so you're going to the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Glaive doing?
Doug trained us early to be absolutely petrified of everything. To be in a world full of constant terror.
Uh huh.
So now after Bear is Stoic, Easy, Glaive, and Zenoa.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can Clay be beside me?
Hold my hands. Tell me I'm okay.
She's right in front of you at the moment.
Okay,
Like you
just
can do
right there.
double up, but you won't be in single file.
Yeah, and we
That's
won't
fine.
be hitting the footsteps.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right in front of me.
Braiding your hair as you walk.
Mainly while you guys are doing this, unless she has something to say, she just kind of stays quiet and like listens and watches attentively for like what you guys want to do.
Well, since I'm in the back, I'll make my perception check.
All right. Yeah, I want you two and you to make perception checks then.
15.
Actually, I'm sorry. You re-roll and do a survival check since you're tracking.
Can I give him
And
an
your
up
tracking
check?
is going to take your perception. Like
Okay.
your attention is on tracking.
I said I was going to help you. You asked me to roll separate.
Okay. 19.
19.
15 perception.
No, we are being paranoid right now.
100%.
This is the bridge. Don't worry.
I would also like to point out that Asura, literally her first feat was the alert feat because she is paranoid.
Okay, sorry, one more time.
15.
15,
19.
19,
21.
21. All right.
Decent rolls there. Mm-hmm. Oh, is it on saving throws?
Just saving throws.
Saving throws, okay.
Okay. So as you guys make your way around this carriage, deciding to leave it uninvestigated,
It's just my completionist need to like finish every side quest. I'm so itchy.
So, eventually you make your way slowly around, trying to stay in single file, making your way around this, this scene, and eventually reaching the point where you guys had met up, and just start heading into the forest.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say everyone to like, shh, very quiet, and have everyone like do stealth.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll stealth checks for everyone.
Okay. 26.
Ooh, all right.
26.
17.
18.
5.
Sorry, I'm at disadvantage.
Are you rolling easy stuff?
That's a 6.
Okay. He's got +2 on his.
So easy roll to 4.
About right?
Sounds about right.
Yep.
It's too busy just like crunch.
Does my new awesome armor make it to where I don't have disadvantage on stealth rolls?
No.
You just have cooler armor. Ching, ching, ching.
But now, the chinks are in tune.
That's what
It's like one of those wind chimes that are actually like in tone. Yeah.
Very melodic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
You sound like a really cool band.
Because wind chimes that are not tuned. Does not make sense.
So Stoke, what'd you get?
A 6.
Jesus.
I had 15. But then I was like, oh, it's a disadvantage.
Alright, so Easy's Stoic and Zenoa did really poorly.
Do you need to roll separately for White Claw?
Yeah, actually.
Oh no.
Good question.
I can make or break us, I think.
Because again, it doesn't have her thing. What do you measure stealth with?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yeah, it's Dex. It's just be +1.
Okay. 4.
Sure.
I am more stealthy than my wolf.
I'm more stealthy than a wolf.
Okay, where is White Claw in your order here?
I'm still mounted.
You're mounted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up.
So as this, as you guys are making your way through, essentially this extremely horse-sized wolf just doesn't seem to be doing well with not hitting branches and moving sleekly
standing.
through the forest here. It is a heavy, large animal, and it's even making you hit stuff as you try to maneuver through this area, and you get on like a ridge, and you see her just kind of scramble a little bit, and then make her way forward. As Easy, Stoic, and Zeno are having the same problem. So,
Because you're like tripping over each other's robes.
I feel like it's a cat walking through the snow, like.
I'm literally just in the front, like.
It's only bad when you ask.
and it seems, as a point of note, I mean, it's because it's winter and because it's quiet, and the snow has that effect. The stumbles seem especially loud. They seem to carry further than they normally would in this very still, lifeless forest, or mostly lifeless. As you are making your way forward, not the most stealthily as a group, on the whole.
On brand. Unfortunately.
Might as well.
Valen,
Oh boy.
you, as you are kind of starting to make your way, eventually you see, you actually don't see it at first, but you see, as you're kind of going, you notice. So it's like under the forest here, like the snow is patchy and not always there, and at different depths and different things like that. But you're noticing places where in these patches sometimes and it's very subtle, where the snow just looks slightly different than the rest of the snow around you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're eventually, it takes you a minute as you kind of stop and you're looking over it and kind of looking at the other ones, and you realize it seems like somebody is doing a very good job of covering their tracks.
Mm-hmm.
That if you hadn't rolled that high, you wouldn't have noticed. But it just looks slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Like the snow is just slightly unnaturally disturbed. So you feel like you're on the right track.
Okay. I pointed out to Sir that you're right there with me. This is different. We're going to follow that path.
Then I instantly just start looking up, and I've got I've got my bow kind of like at the ready, like looking if there's anything that starts to move up high.
Okay. So you continue on trying to slowly and kind of painfully make your way through this, and trying to. Sometimes it takes you a minute, and you have to stop and really look and backtrack, or move forward and come back to kind of track this, because like you just feel like you're trying to track an expert. Like it's very difficult, and it's taken you a lot longer than normal to follow this, but you are able to find those little traces. And it's interesting too, because you're not seeing a whole lot of like broken branches or other telltale signs. It's like it's almost eerie, like how good they are at not leaving traces of their passing.
I was thinking Ashril was not lying. This guy is really good.
Eventually, though, as you're moving, you come into view about 30 feet, away. As you're kind of coming around some trees, you notice what looks like a pole, like a post that's been kind of driven into the ground, and you can't really see, but it looks like there's like writing on it.
Okay. Grab a syrup just in case, and I point to the post and make our way over there. Also, keeping a close eye out for. I don't know about you, but I'm keeping a close eye out for any traps.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. So how about I help you with that, since we're going
Okay.
together? Because you're going to be better at that than I am.
Okay. So you guys are approaching the post.
Yep.
Okay.
Low to the ground, very quiet, and we'll help her keep an eye out for traps.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
With advantage?
Yeah. That's fine. That's in this case.
That is going to be 19, 20, 21.
Okay. So as you start to approach, as you're taking kind of step by step, you see kind of maybe 20 feet on either side or 2 more. As you take another couple of steps, you see a couple more, like 20 feet beyond that, and it just seems like this line of stakes or rods or poles that have been, only about 5 feet high or so, that have been kind of staked in the ground. And you can see, like I said, there does seem to be some sort of symbols or writing of some sort on these posts. Are you continuing forward?
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay. It's hard to tell from this distance because it looks, you're still far enough away that you can't really like see the nature of this writing or these symbols or anything like that. So you're not entirely sure what you're looking at. It is conceivable that they are magical of some kind. Don't really know more beyond that.
I'm going to take out a dart.
It's perpendicular to us.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like a line that you guys are approaching.
Yeah, I want to take out a dart and just throw it through 2 of the posts.
Okay. Just make an attack roll for the heck of it.
17 plus 5.
Okay.
Or 7, I think. Or whatever.
So you kind of throw it off to the right, and so it kind of goes between this line of posts, and you let one go, and you hear that as it hits hits a couple of leaves on the way, and then as it hits what looks like a wet log on the other side. Nothing seems to happen.
I think we get up to the post, up next to it. So I'll make my way up there. You know it?
I'll come with you.
Yeah, we get right up to the post. Is there anything on it that we can see?
Okay, so you guys both, and I assume, are you guys staying back?
I mean, I'm staying 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, I'm 20
You're
feet
staying
away
within
from
10 feet of them?
Mhm.
Okay. So as you guys make your way forward, as you kind of get closer and you start to see the symbols and the writing or whatever kind of up and down this post, like almost like written vertically, you start to get the sense that this writing. In fact, let me double check. I'm pretty sure.
I did not go to school for foreign languages. So if it isn't infernal or common, I don't know it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of you speak this. Yeah. Yeah, nobody speaks this. So you just see a kind of very unfamiliar, kind of sharp, jagged style of kind of drawing and writing. As you kind of get right up close to the pole, as you're kind of starting to get close and examine these, these symbols, you see this sort of flash of red on the writing, and I need both of you to make. Where is it? Sorry, I lost my page.
Just delay the inevitable.
Yeah, I need you both to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, good. You're within 10 feet of us?
Oh no, but I have to put a D. I have
Minus
to
a
use a
D4,
D4.
yeah.
Yep.
Fuck me. Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Total 20.
8 plus.
Yeah.
What's my wisdom modifier?
Our
Knocked
own,
about.
our own personal Donnie Yen, you guys.
9.
A
He's got like
9.
super
9.
monkey to do.
Yeah.
And you got a total.
I'm honored by that.
Because I got a minus. I rolled a 7, minus 3, plus 4, plus 1. 9.
Okay.
9. I rolled a 9 on a wisdom save.
And you got a total 20.
Total 20, yeah.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
So you barely saved. You, however.
Great. Yep, let's just wreck Asura. Y'all been wanting to kill her for so long. Let's go.
Tonight's the night.
You keep hanging in there.
I know.
You turn to stone, you come back.
So, you feel as this flash of red like lights up your eyes in this sort of almost after image. You see these strange runes kind of floating in the air for a second as you swear you hear these kind of dissonant whispers around you as they slowly fade, but you feel like in some ways it's similar to the Bane effect that you felt before, but in some ways it's also very different, and you feel a little unconfident and a little unable to do the same things you could before. So this is again for an unknown duration. You now have this is a curse, and you have disadvantage on ability checks, wisdom related to wisdom.
It's like perception checks and things like that.
Oh no!
Wait, does the freedom of movement give me any sort of help here?
Nope.
Oh
There's no restraining or impeding you in that way. This is just a curse that
disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Wisdom related checks and saving throws. So yes, that includes perception.
Great, I'm fundamentally useless. I had one good skill, which is perception. I am useless.
So, yeah.
It feels like they let's particularly pick on Asura right now.
You roll for it.
I know you did. I know you did. I'm sorry that I'm fucking it up.
That was not you, it's him.
She'll be able to get out of it. She just may not see where she's going.
I'm sure it'll come in handy in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
I just like grab onto Valen, like while I'm still seeing like the residuals, like you know, like when you look into a bright light,
yeah.
you still have the weird spots.
Yeah, it's like an after image.
Yeah, I like grab him and I'm like, I can't see so good.
Can you see it all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just not so good.
It's like it's weird. It's like the moment you try to focus and look for anything specifically, it's like you just hear these whispers that kind of draw your attention and distract you, and it's like this. You're having trouble focusing, and it's a very odd, disturbing sensation.
I don't know if I'm going to be super helpful right now.
But I'll lead you back, and well, I guess the part you guys are actually kind of with us,
Yeah.
right? Like you didn't stay back. Yeah.
20 feet probably.
We'll put you back like kind of in the middle of the group, just to keep you kind of safe
Just,
until you feel better.
I don't know. It's like, it's like everything's a little out of focus, and when I try to like, it's like I hear something like right here. It's like right here, and you got to look to see what it is. It's just.
The posts, and we need to.
I would say let's be very careful of the posts and not look at them. I don't know what they are though. My Arcana check did not give me anything else.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like, roll another one. Now that you're like here and close and looking at it, and
Arcana is intelligence, correct?
it should be. Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a modifier in with your. It should be automatically updated on your sheet with your cloak bonus, I think.
Yeah, it is. I was just trying to remember what skill set that was, because I rarely ever use it. It's intelligence.
It's not wisdom, so
It's
yeah.
10.
10. Okay. You can't be sure. You obviously get the impression this is proximity based. You assume you had to be kind of close to do it, and it seems, you also conclude it seems to be something related to creatures as opposed to objects, as far as activation goes, which is why your dark didn't work. And again, you can't be sure, but you feel like it's like expended, like a one-time use spell.
Okay. I think whatever it was, I got the brunt of it. So just not walking close to it. Stay dead in between these poles when you walk through, just to be sure.
Do we need you to break?
I don't know. I don't know how long this is. I don't know how long this lasts.
I mean,
Well, and we're on a bit of a time crunch. We
Right.
don't know when we're gonna turn back into stone.
right.
Oh,
I don't want to waste what you gave me.
I mean, it's not gonna be wasted. So.
We can keep going and just kind of keep you, I guess, more in the middle and keep you protected while whatever this is either runs its course or.
Are we all gonna take the brunt of the effects of if we walk through this, or?
I don't think. I think whatever it was it's me. I don't know if we're going to get hit again anytime soon, but let's just move quickly.
I don't want to. I feel like I don't need to be up front because I don't want to.
No, I can go ahead and take the lead. I've been kind of doing this with Asura so far.
And the assistance.
I'll go up there with you.
Okay. How about? I'm fine with that. How about let me go through the post first, just to make sure,
Okay.
and then if we are sure that it's been expelled or expended, then the rest of you guys can follow my path.
Okay.
You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
You want to hang with me in White Claw?
Sure.
And Glaive says, I can also take the front if you want.
Just be careful.
You can join us. We'll go go up to the post, and there's nothing on either side. It's just the post and then emptiness, right? Like just.
Yeah, there's trees and bushes and rocks and different things but it's just you can see these posts have been driven in at specific distances, like in a straight line.
So we'll walk around it.
Okay. So as you step around and across the line, you just hear silence.
Okay.
Keep moving.
Turn around. Wave everybody on.
Go the same way he went.
I've got my hand on White Claw's fur around the front shoulder area. I'm just kind of wandering, walking and just kind of get slight vertigo because I can't center for too long on anything before I start hearing the voices. I'm just ooh. The world's a little blurry right now.
Okay.
I'll continue. Keep an eye out for tracks, for traps, for anything that I need to.
Did you go with him?
Glaive did.
Okay, so the three of you were up
Yeah,
there.
I'm up there
Yeah.
too.
I waited every once.
Yeah.
Made sure it wasn't
Yeah.
a problem anymore.
All right. So now it is you, Glaive, and you up at the front.
I can't spot things, but I can test them.
You're a good tester.
Yeah.
And you still in the back.
I guess you and Easy
All right.
are
So
on the rear watch.
so all three of you roll perception checks. Glaive will too.
That's a 10.
Hold on just a
That's
second.
pretty darn good.
Glaive is very helpful with a 4.
Jesus.
She's thinking about his name.
So
That's
I'm gonna use the Dark Luckstone to roll this at advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. That's much better. You said perception.
Sorry, my whole page went away. All right.
You said perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah. I guess you need to be doing. You roll. It would be your perception now,
Oh, shit.
and because you gotta focus on tracking.
Yeah.
So, what's your new survival?
My survival is 22.
Okay. Killing it.
By the
His
way,
roll's been crazy.
Stoic.
That was 10.
we found out Glaive's real name is Aziri.
Aziri?
Yeah.
Only Barry knows right now.
Yeah.
And what'd you get?
27.
Jesus.
Any traps behind you? You'll be very aware.
We bypassed that one.
There is definitely a trap back there, guys. Those posts.
Bad news.
Okay.
I just appreciate at least no one's gonna sneak up on us.
Yeah.
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 So you continue on.
She gets stabbed.
Yes! There's someone back here!
So again, you continue on, kind of, using your skills to subtle and slowly try to keep track of where this guy is headed, and eventually, you, I'd say even with your passive, it was enough. You would know. You both see kind of ahead of you in this path, you notice what looks like a rope kind of going up the side of a tree.
Both of us saw that, or did all of us see it?
Well, the two of you are at the front,
Okay.
kind of paying attention.
Do you want me to chop it down?
Maybe let's avoid the aggressive actions. Let's take away this first.
Okay.
We'll say that as like plan C or D maybe. But I look up, if I follow the rope up, do I see anything up where the rope...
Yeah,
No.
as you look up, you see, kind of within the tree line, you can see what looks like a stone that's been kind of used as like a counterweight in a sense, and with another kind of line leading down. And you don't know much about traps or how they work
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But as you kind of look and you can see an area that looks very, like of snow that looks very clearly disturbed in a roughly circular fashion where this rope kind of leans down to.
I point that out there, but we need to get that wide berth. Just go
Can I give an investigation check? To like see if I recognize the mechanics of it?
Sure.
Because that's intelligence.
Sure.
That's true.
I'm trying really hard not to use my wisdom. Oh, that was so close to a 20. 10.
10? Actually, even with a 10, you would actually recognize this as a very simple snare that basically, you know, when you step into the
pulls the
area,
foot.
yeah, it contracts and, you know, pulls up.
Is there a
Utilizing
way
the
that I can
counterweight.
trigger it, like just trigger it from here?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can, there's a couple ways, like using some rocks or branches or things like that. It's a very simple trap.
I don't know.
The
No.
simplicity seemed like
The
a
simplicity,
trap.
the simplicity makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Do I see any like birds or like rabbit tracks or anything? Is there little animals?
Roll the survival check.
Whatever it's plus, it's a 2. So
Not in the immediate vicinity.
okay.
No.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell Valen, I'm like, this is beyond simple. This is the shit that we used to do as kids.
So you might think you think it might be the trap to maybe disguise the other trap that we might miss.
Because someone's like, oh, I found the trap, it is so obvious. They go to undo that trap, another trap happens.
Can I just walk 20 feet around it?
You can, sure. So as you guys are talking, he starts walking.
And what happens? Because
You're just letting him?
I mean,
20 feet. 20
you're not
feet
stopping
berth.
Stoke from doing what Stoke wants
Yeah,
to do.
20
So
feet berth.
Okay. So you giving about 20 feet as best you can tell from around
To the
here.
left.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters.
It might.
You start kind of circling around this to the left, kind of trying to keep an eye out for whatever you can see, which you are not trained in looking for this kind of stuff.
Nope.
So it's like you're trying, but
I'm looking for bunnies.
Sure.
as you start making your way around, you kind of get to like the halfway mark, and you take a few more steps. And off in the distance, you see like a little bit of movement. As you're watching, after a minute, and as you freeze in place and you watch, you see just a flash of brown fur, like way off in the distance. In the
Animal
woods.
speak. Wait, come back! Come back!
It's pretty far away. It's a good ways away, so you'd have to get.
You can talk to animals.
I
can
wanted
speak
to
with
talk to
animals.
the rabbit and be like,
But
"Did
you
see a
do,
guy come
as a
by
note,
here?"
you hear him just suddenly go like this weird high pitched.
Full of secrets.
The world's most interesting man.
I don't always talk to rabbits, but when I do, it's in the middle of a chase.
sounds like complete gibberish.
Squeaker, squeaker.
Do you want to look around and see if there's like another trap that we're not seeing?
You want me to look around? Yes, I will perceive what is around us right now. With disadvantage.
Do so.
Well, like nothing happened here, right?
Nothing happened. You make your way around.
Hey, listen, I've been working on trying to remember you.
Okay, I rolled an 18 and a
Wow.
17, so that's plus 9, so that's 17 plus 9.
Damn.
There we go.
Or 17
26.
plus 9.
17
26.
plus 9.
Okay.
26.
26. So as you look and you're trying to shake off these whispers that are constantly trying to distract you and everything, but
It's
you're
like I
able
don't
to
hear voices every day anyway.
you're able to
Trauma talks.
yeah, you're able to kind of work your way through it and focus and just kind of set it aside for the moment. Just holding him at bay long enough to kind of give your surroundings a good look around. And you're not seeing anything besides this rope.
I don't see anything else.
I don't see why this is so hard, guys. I just went around it. I'm fine.
Maybe it's a hunting trap.
It could not, again, it could just be someone else's trap, but
I think we just continue to keep an eye out. I don't. If you're not seeing anything else, I think we just move through
okay.
very carefully.
These are the times I miss tracking giant scorpions. They're so much easier.
All right. Just want to say, guys, it's 1, 2 for 2. Just go around the obvious. It's been working pretty good.
Sure, but
I'll
we're also
follow
missing
this.
all the secret loot that is hiding. It's fine. All the important things that could have helped us. It's fine. I am such a completionist. It is still hard right now to not investigate everything.
We can
Sarah
look
and
over
Val, I want you to make just straight intelligence rolls.
13. Oh, do I add my intelligence modifier? I
Yeah,
can-
just just your intelligence modifier.
10.
I need to add my plus. What's my plus? 13 plus. Go to the right page. My intelligence is that's a 15.
15? Okay. As you guys make your way around and everything, you specifically, because of your kind of experience and training with this sort of thing a little bit, it's like there's something, you just kind of keep going like, it's too simple. Like it's too, you don't see anything else and nothing else is happening as you guys are passing around. And then a thought occurs to you. You don't know if it's true or not, but a thought occurs to you. He's playing mind games.
Yeah, this is just to fuck with us. This is to put us on edge. Make us freaked out perceptive. I wonder if he's watching us.
Do you think, like, it's like a personal vendetta he has against Ashril, or is he just like not wanting to get caught? Maybe a little bit of both.
We don't know because we don't know why he.
Yeah.
You don't play mind games unless you get something out of it. And I just like really start to like just really sense like, is there anything that could observe us? If it's not a person, is there animals watching us? Is there like anything that could be like just observing?
Okay. You roll perception.
Disadvantage, that's fine.
And disadvantage, well, let's see.
No, because that's only for
Yeah, the
The-
bane
the-
is only for.
the saves and attacks. It's not for abilities. I know.
You're not getting screwed that much.
I'm like, oh, I rolled a natural 20 and a 3! So it's a 3 plus 9, so that's a 9, 10, 11, 12.
You still have +9?
Yes, my perception is plus 9.
Yeah, that's what we have. Her.
That's why it kills me that I was like, my one good thing is a wisdom check.
Not that you can see.
Now, I know you've been tracking this guy. How far behind him do you think we are?
Would
Well, I want you to make a new survival check and new perception checks.
Are we walking now? Or are we kind of still stuck, still standing around?
You're starting to set back
Okay.
off here.
24.
Okay, killing it with the survival.
I get a
Yeah.
4 on perception.
Glaive, help!
Too glade.
To Glaive.
Yeah, 14.
Clay's got an 11.
saying she was good at this.
No, she just offered to be upfront.
She didn't say she was
She didn't say
good.
anything about being
She's
good.
good at being stealthy. That's what she says.
Yeah, I will say as a point of note, as you guys are, and you know this because you've been practicing with her, but you see her as she's moving with an impressive level of stealth. Like she is, where everybody, half the rest of the party is making noise, she's making almost none. Like she is, you see her being very, and it's like she's watching, but she's just briefly glancing down, like it's second nature. Like to move through these woods, avoiding certain things and stepping around certain troublesome areas and things like that. Like you just feel like this is second nature to her somehow.
You just kind of briefly say to Asura, I like Leif.
Me too.
She kind of fits in. She's kind of perfect for the group.
She sounds kind of cute.
You're telling me. Wait, what?
The game's afoot.
Were you able to tell how far behind him?
Yeah, was that
With a
24?
24. It's hard to tell exactly. You feel like a lot of, at least some of this has been set up since, the rope seems to have been here a little bit longer than the carriage, which was fairly fresh. You feel like this is not terribly old. And you
What's
don't
that
see the
date?
evidence of that snowfall from a couple days ago over some of this. The posts had a little bit of snow on top, which led you to believe those have been there for a while. But and the rope, but the carriage was not. So and the tracks that you're looking at are not. Those are kind of hard to tell, but it's you don't feel like it's that far off. Like you don't know if he's done this really recently, like that day, or if it's been a day or two, but it doesn't seem like very long.
Okay.
It's about what you can get.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm a few hours behind him or 2 days behind him.
I mean, and he's been kind of doing this kind of stuff for at least a month, for a little while. So you don't know if it's if he's been through here, from the carriage he's been here in the last 2 days. That's about all you know.
Okay. It's really hard to tell.
It's not quite like you're tracking somebody you know is moving, and you're
Yeah.
trying to see.
He's really good at what he's doing.
Okay. I was thinking about taking a bird's eye view, but if we don't feel we're close, then it might not be worth it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll move a little bit further up before we try that. And I guess we just keep on moving. Same deal. Very intentional footfalls, keeping an eye out for traps, keeping an eye out on tracks.
Right. Okay.
And every little while, I try to do a perception check to see if my equilibrium is back yet.
Okay. So far, no.
Okay.
So, eventually you you start making your way again, trying to follow this kind of loose trail, and eventually you find yourself kind of following this kind of pathway where you can see there's kind of a hill that's raised up, and you can see this place where there's almost like a cliff where he seems to have made his way through, and and it's kind of a lengthy little corridor almost. Not a corridor because it's only one side, but there's trees on the other side. And, you're eventually. It looks like this may have been like an old stream bed at one point. It's just you're kind of crossing through this little area here. And as you guys are kind of making your way down this area, and Stoic, you're probably 3/4 of the way through this area. Stoic, and as you're kind of walking over these rocks and stuff of this old stream bed and everything, you feel one of the rocks almost give way, and you see like kind of coming up out of the dirt another line snap, and you see what you see. You hear this, and you see like shooting up into the air what almost looks like a firework, and then you hear a like this loud cacophonous noise, this boom, and then you hear. Oh. I need everybody to make just a straight dexterity check.
Not a save.
Oh,
check.
Just a check.
Shoot.
This is not about reflexes. This is
Natural
about
20?
how fast you can move.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go here.
Which is good because I have 0 dex.
Saving throw. That's.
Okay, Asura?
It's just a check, correct?
Yeah, just a straight dex check.
So that's not going to be banged on that one. So that's going to be 17 plus. Sorry, I've got to go through all the little texts. That's going to be a 19.
19. Valen?
21.
Bear?
Bear got 8. White Claw 15.
Zanoa?
9.
Alright, Glaive.
Are you still on?
It's not a saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a reflex thing. This is moving. So,
Easy.
Glaive got a 15.
Do you know what else
easy
you're
is?
Okay, you got it. Plus, I think he's got a plus 2. Plus 2 in dex.
So he got a 13. And Stoic, you said you got a natural 20?
Yeah, 20.
Oh! I feel it go, and I'm just like, oh no.
As this roar of like almost like an earthquake for a second begins, you start seeing chunks of ice and snow falling from above you as you realize, oh, we need to move. And you all just start taking off running, trying to either get, into the woods or just down the corridor, stumbling, some of you kind of stumbling over the rocks and not able to move fast enough as you guys make your way out.
I'm gonna scoop up a Asura if I can.
I'm good.
Okay.
I rolled really well.
I guess like you're trying to you're going.
Yeah, I'm gone.
So, Bear, Easy, Glaive, and White Claw, and Zanoa. So basically, Stoic, Valen, and Asura, you guys are able to basically make it out, as the rest of you, through various means, are not able to quite get out of this, as snow and ice just pummel into you and you find yourself buried.
Oh damn.
As you guys manage to get yourself out, and you turn and look and realize several of these are
White
still
Claw's
in
out
there.
with us?
No.
White Claw's in there too.
Okay.
So, with that, so those of you who failed are going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the snow and ice is crushing you, and you're finding it very hard to move, and it's dark, so you're basically blinded and you can't breathe.
Freedom of movement.
I still have freedom of movement right now.
Yeah, and you made it out, so you're.
I immediately get on, like, climb back over, and I just like, talk to me, someone talk to me.
I'm listening out for any voices.
I mean, I'm just digging.
Here.
Can I hear?
Or you said I can't
Make
bring
a
that.
perception check.
With a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And that one. Those are 2 nat ones. I rolled 2 nat ones.
There's still some kind of like, it's still kind of the tail end of the avalanche, so there's still like some more rocks and
Stoic, use your fucking eyes right now. Because you're out, right?
I am out.
Use your fucking eyes. And I'm just tearing in. Like,
Yeah.
like hands just tearing in.
I will use my ghostly vision to see through the snow.
Okay. Alright. So it's within 30
30
feet,
feet.
and it lasts for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me check.
Now seems like the time to use it.
If I can dig enough, do I get like any sense of like which side is daylight?
That's the problem with avalanches.
Yeah, like, make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Also, can I move at all? Like,
So, that's, if you want to try, you can make it with disadvantage, an athletics check. I want the ones who are outside to roll an athletics check as well, just a straight one.
Okay, I've got a question.
Right.
This is something for you to think about. My wind fan, would I be able to use that to, basically like as a leaf blower? I mean, just blowing the snow all the way.
I got a 19. I'm so athletic.
Okay.
So I'm making an athletics check. Yeah,
I got
It's
15.
time.
15? Okay.
15.
Yeah, you're having a real rough time moving at all. Like, this is like very heavy. And
Right.
it is like compressing you, and it is, this is not like light snow where, like when you were a kid, you
Yeah.
had like a foot above you. This is like a pile of rocks almost, you know, it's like,
What? But do I get a sense? Do I know which way daylight is? Which way?
you don't even know which way is up.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of the nature of these things. It's
Gotcha.
like they're, especially without being able to move or verify, it's like, it's really hard. And you said you had a 19?
Yes.
So you're able
trying
to
to
move a
reach it.
little bit, like trying to
I'm trying to just
start, trying
reach.
to like,
Into my pouch or whatever.
okay.
Can I get the potion of gaseous form into my mouth?
I like it.
I would say yes. Let me check something real quick.
I won't waste that sucker.
I'm good. I saw them at checkout and I was like, well, I have to get them.
I love jelly beans.
Just any.
All jelly beans.
Yeah.
The weirder, the better.
They weren't weird, but I saw that they were.
Different. They don't really taste good. I didn't eat dinner, so.
There's fries and biscuits.
Roll an
they're
intelligence
cold
check
now,
for
but
me.
they're still-
22.
Oh!
You can get to it, but you probably get the impression you can't breathe, which gives you the impression this is not like air permeable.
Okay.
So you probably could,
Couldn't get me out.
but yeah, it may even make it worse because it may, a lot of that space may collapse.
Okay.
Leaving only what, compressed gas basically at that point.
Okay.
Does it suffocate you in gas form? That would be the fucking worst. I only rolled a 13 on my not acrobatics, the athletics.
What did you roll in your athletics?
An 8.
15.
15. Okay. 15, 13, and 8.
But I can see through snow.
Yeah, and you did do that. So that's going to help a lot. Because essentially this is a lot of snow and heavy ice and things like that to dig through. And so this is basically a race against your breathing time of how to basically to find you. But him doing the X-ray vision, the definitely helps.
And Larry and I both have mobile. So we should
Yes.
be able to walk through the snow without
Yep.
slowing down.
Yes. Well, but that won't help digging. Like,
No,
yes,
I'm
just
saying,
maneuvering
to
over
get
the,
from
over
person
the
to
pile,
person.
sure. And you have freedom of movement, so you're in the same boat. So, let's see. Let me check.
Is it Constitution that determines your breathing time? Or would we? That's sort of one thing.
It's like
yeah.
half your level plus your constitution.
So, as who do you go for first?
Who's closest to the top?
You see them.
Who's closest to the
If I see
top?
them,
As you do, you're
Ours
able
would
to
be
look through
whoever's-
and you can see the different.
It would be whoever's closest to me.
Okay, well then that would be. Sorry, I'm looking at the.
I wouldn't pick one person over the other. I'd just go the closest one.
Easy.
Or then we're taking it easy because
Okay, so you're able to like dig and just frantically as you're feeling this cold like in your hands as you're just digging with bare hands at the snow as you feel your hands starting to go numb. But you're able to eventually uncover Easy, who just takes a deep breath and you kind of haul them out.
I'd also be calling out where the other people are as of date because I know it's only going to last me a minute.
Right. Well, and you can see where they are, so it's like you're going to be able to have a rough idea.
That's what I mean. I'd go to the closest one to me, then call out to them where the other two are.
Okay.
Break
And
up.
3. Did Glaive get out?
Oh yeah.
She didn't get out.
She did not.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So bring up the wind fan.
But she is the next closest, if that's the one you're...
Yeah, and then pointing out to whatever is
I
close
want
to
to
them.
get down, kind of down a little bit in the hole for where they just got Easy and bring up the wind fan and see if I can start maybe moving a little bit of snow out of the way.
Giant snibbler.
Hey, what do I know?
Let me see.
Does the snow have to make a strength saving throw?
Yes. Yes, it does.
What's the powder like? What's powder like on the mountains today, guys? Are we ripping or what?
This is going to be probably one being a your call because all it says is it disperses gas or vapor and extinguishes candles, torches, and similar unprotected flames. So
Yeah. It's not the most powerful wind.
But it can push a human.
Yeah.
15 feet away.
Yeah. That's a minute. I would say you could do it, and it's gonna be able to. So basically, it's like a line, right? And you can move it. So
If for nothing else, to make it a little bit easier for us to get to him, it doesn't have to. I don't necessarily have to uncover anybody with it.
yeah, you could if you want to use it. It would basically, I would say, it would help with a little bit of the snow.
Yeah.
Because there are rocks and ice in there too.
That's not
And it's not really. It's moving them a little bit, but it's like there's a lot.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of pushing into each other and stuff like that, and so it might help a little bit for a minute to try to get some.
While we're
surface
pulling
level
Easy
stuff.
up, I'm also like, if you have any fire and we need to melt as much as possible.
Oh yeah, I have a fireball.
Don't kill anybody.
You said
Can he shape fire to basically melt everything except them? Like to literally cast around them if he tells them exactly where they are in position.
Let me see.
I'm literally trying to figure out anything to make this go faster.
Yeah, because it's creatures you can see. When you cast a spell that affects other creatures that you can see, you can choose a number of them equal to sculpt around it. So you wouldn't be able to see them.
Gotcha.
So you can't sculpt around them.
Okay. Then I don't. Then I'm like, fuck it, and I just start digging for the next person. Wherever he tells me to dig, I just start digging.
So it definitely takes you long enough for it to fade for you to get Easy out.
So that's why I yelled at them to start on the other people.
That's why I was
while
trying to
they-
get a little bit of layer of snow
Alright.
so we can start getting to them faster.
As you start digging into... Let me just make sure. As you start to dig, as you point out where Glaive is, and you guys start trying to dig around, you suddenly stop as you hear like this sort of rumble. You see the snow and ice like under you start moving, and you take a few steps back as a good chunk of the snow and ice lifts up out of the air and moves over.
Because she catapults whatever that shit is.
Yeah, you just see it sort of lift up in the air, like just kind of loosely, and then get flung off as she sort of steps out, still kind of covered and everything. Oh, that was not pleasant.
I don't even engage with her. I'm immediately at the next spot I was told to start digging.
Other people?
Yes.
2 more.
She starts digging because she can't do that again.
Whoever's next in line, I just start digging for them.
All right, next in line would have been Zenoa.
Great. I just start digging for Zenoa.
Now, I don't know how long. my one thing last, but I'm helping her out wherever I can.
So for time's sake, based on those athletics rolls, essentially what happens is you are able to get to right as you feel like you're about to like lose the last of your breath. You see light and you hear the like muffled as you feel a hand grab onto your robes and start pulling you out of the snow as you gasp for air. You feel like bruised ribs and just those of you who are buried just feeling completely small. They're able to get to you next as you have a bit more.
Which works
So
out
the way
perfect.
as soon as you're about to go unconscious.
Which,
Yeah.
Find me!
which works out perfect because I would have pointed out Bear last.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Yeah. And essentially it's working because you are accustomed to this environment. Like you have a resistance to cold, so that's helping you a little bit kind of keep your heart rate down, basically. Even though it's still kind of a crazy and you know how dangerous avalanches are, it's giving you just enough of an edge. However, after you're pulled out, you see not too far from you a patch of it sort of collapse inward as
White Claw.
yeah, you sense White Claw is no longer summoned.
Copy that.
When you pull Zenoa out of the snow, she'll just come up, and like the look on her face looks like brink of a panic attack. She'll just go, thanks.
I just told you. Like I know that face. And so I'm just like, and I just like hold you, and just like keep you there for a second.
She doesn't like react. She's just kind of like limp.
Yeah, just go. And then when I feel like I don't know what to do about it, I just let you go.
I'll release.
Yeah.
As you're kind of doing this and you're recovering, Bear, as you guys hear, as you're recovering and this, they're hugging, you hear and you suddenly feel this pain in your chest as you look down and see an arrow sticking out from a seemingly unknown location. But not like a dart or anything like that. It seems like a legit arrow has been stuck in your chest.
I immediately whip around to like look. My alert goes, what?
In that direction.
Hold on, you're gonna take.
Okay.
Where'd it go? There. All right.
Oh no.
So you are going to take. So you take 9 points of piercing damage and 10 points of poison damage as you feel this poison start to surge through your veins, kind of spreading out from your chest and from the arrow. Roll a perception check, whoever wants to.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for it.
That is going to be 19, 20, 21, 22.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, 14 out of 13.
You see far in the distance, like far through the woods ahead of you.
Oh, she got 26.
26. Okay, then you'd see it too. Just barely, you see a dark shape take off.
Can I lead it and shoot?
How far?
You're talking like 200 feet.
Oh, I could not hit that.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I
quite a
could hit
ways
with
away.
disadvantage. Can I still try?
Yeah, you can try.
It's in my outer range. And I still have to roll it because it's an attack.
Yep.
It's gonna.
How badly do we want this guy?
Just let her.
I think go for it.
That's a 0 plus 7.
Yeah, you loose an arrow and don't hear anything as again the woods fall silent. as you see just in that shape disappear, like move it away from you at a fast pace. And that's where we're going to take a break.
I was just about to cast a spell.
I was about to run, and I can run.
Oh, I know you can.
Yeah.
But then you'd be by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Well-
why I asked how bad we want this guy. But yeah.
You don't know whether.
What?
I could not run fast enough.
All right, so we're going to be taking a quick break for about 10 minutes. We'll come back and continue on with the hunt. All right.
I'm scared.
You mean we're
Kind of an impressive shot. What would you like to do?
I will. Hold on, before we go chase after him. Let me heal you all, you guys. It's been hurt. And I'll pull out my healer's kit. Just take 5 minutes. Get you guys heal it up, and then we go chase after him. Okay?
We don't have 5 minutes. Are you hurt?
A little. No, I'm okay.
I'm okay, but if this guy is who we think he is, I'm hurt for him. If he's gonna be a challenge. So I need help. I can help all you guys if you need it.
Do we have 5 minutes?
Dude, is this something we can
I don't wanna lose
do, or do we have to be stationary while you do it?
I gotta do my healer's kit on you.
Well, I don't have.
How about what do you need?
I just need a little boost. If this guy's gonna be a trouble, I'm about at half capacity.
What if we give you the vial of infinite healing? Let you take the shot.
Works for me.
All
Yeah,
right, so
take
go
that.
for
And I'm going to reach to Zenoa, and I'm going to cast Fly
it.
on her from the
2d4
amulet.
plus 2.
Okay.
in the ring.
No, I have is it a ring? I thought it was a
The ring of storage.
Is it? Or, for some reason, I thought it was a necklace.
Well, it's the ring of
Okay, yes, from the ring
stuff
storage.
storage.
From the ring, then. Like, I have the stuff for it, I just...
Yeah.
Then from the ring of storage, I'm going to cast Fly on you, and
Once we
you
finish
can
that, does
now fly. And your movement speed is 60 feet. See if you can see where he's going.
Okay, I'm taking off.
Okay. So you're just flying up, or?
Yeah, to get out of the woods, I guess.
Okay.
Or above the.
Roll a.
Not- Oh yeah, it's winter. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
14.
So you push up through the branches and snow to emerge up over the tree line, and you look out over that and you can see trees and snow.
I did see his
Rough
or
direction,
a
yeah.
shape, so I have the direction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
But like you're kind of up above the tree line, you can see there's this, the canopy of trees is kind of hiding any kind of sight of, because he was a ways away. He was 200 feet away, so you know the direction he was heading.
I would like to
You're
head
not
that
really able to
direction.
see anything.
Okay, if I'm able to, I'd like to fly that direction.
Okay. Full speed. Just
Yeah,
What's fly speed right now?
60. So I guess
I
could get moving.
I just start sprinting after her to try to like keep her in my eye line.
He made that shot from 200 feet away through the trees?
Yeah, which means he has which means he has sharpshooter, which means he's using a longbow, which means like he's just wrecking us.
Oh.
Listen, I know what a ranger can do,
Yeah, I'm like,
and they can ruin us.
I thought he was like kind of on a ridge line with like a clearing, and that's why he got us. Like 200 feet through the brush. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ooh.
So, I'm trying to think how much I can do, because I can take my movement, my action, my bonus action with a key point to just haul it. And we're talking 165 feet in a round.
Oh damn.
okay.
If I spend a key point to do it, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do that if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. So you know what? Click the boots and do long strider and make it 195. Right.
Yes!
65, 130, 195.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I told you I can move. I have one thing that I'm really good at.
Even if me with action, bonus action, and movement, I'm 90 feet.
Uh-huh.
I'm sprinting at 90 feet.
I'm the Flash.
Okay. So
Snow kicking up.
So you are going off on your own, 200 feet away from them.
Well, she's
195
going
feet.
too, right?
She's going 60 feet.
Well, yeah, dash, whatever. In one turn. 120.
Yeah, it's just her base movement 60.
And the rest of you are just
Trying to keep up.
I'm trying to keep up.
okay.
Or most of the time
Easy.
they say-
Can you cast haste?
Um,
One.
Yeah.
I want to level up so bad. I'll get haste really soon.
Third level spell.
It is high up there, but like,
How many third level spells does he have?
3.
but getting half the party members there is like,
Clutch.
what's your
Want
movement?
all of us to chase him and his
30.
turn?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, we're like 100% in his
Like,
territory.
I really just wanted to fly over.
It's 30 with mobile. If my armor was off, I would have 40.
yeah, which this is happening a little bit accelerated, but you guys discussing and asking him questions and him thinking about it and casting a spell and all this stuff is
Sure.
taking time.
Yeah, sure, it was gonna.
I'm already
Still
gone.
hostile,
I mean,
but
I'm
'cause
already
they're gone.
gone.
Yeah, I'm moving.
They're gone. If he can get at least one of us to catch up.
No, you two make an intelligence check. As well, so you take off and you took off,
Right after her.
but go ahead and do that.
9.
20.
A 20. Okay. So a couple things happen. You take off in this blur of green as you just see him take a deep breath and crouch down and take off with this kind of increasing speed.
I go back in time.
Yeah.
Fallon Point, parents.
Valid point, Barrett.
Oh no, I was thinking like the whole Matrix pose where he goes down.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Here comes the first arrow.
Yep.
And I believe you're out of my 10-foot range.
Miss the smidge.
25.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you run, I mean, you very easily run past as you hear a click, and behind you, like
Sweet.
you see a log swinging, through the woods, pretty good ways behind you. Make another one.
Here's a check for you guys.
Thank you.
It's dex, another dex.
So we know
Oh, God,
which
I'm gonna
direction to
vomit.
go.
Ooh, this one's not so good. This is 11.
Oh god, I'm gonna
I
vomit.
think I got anything I can add to that. Let me check real quick. Just to make sure.
You have evasion, right?
I do have evasion.
Do you
I
have
think-
projectiles?
Yeah, he can catch projectiles.
Yeah, I can.
Or do you this?
Well-
Can you throw a projectile? Like, throw
No,
it?
they can catch.
Oh.
I thought.
Problem is, no one ever sends projectiles
I
this
know.
way.
I know,
Yeah,
but I
but
thought.
it's a saving throw. Like if it were an
Oh.
attack, I could do
Okay.
something. Yeah, I think that's everything I can do.
Okay.
So it's 11.
So you, as you easily miss this log and keep running, as you get closer, you're only about 30 feet from where you saw him, give or take. You feel your feet, like you feel like a lurch in your stomach as the ground goes out from under your feet. As you feel the ground kind of collapse as some sort of canopy with snow and leaves and things like that over it gives way, and you actually, because of the speed that you're moving, you actually slam into the side of the pit, basically, and you're gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall into this spiked pit,
Ooh.
Cool.
and take 4 more points of piercing.
Okay.
As you find yourself now, the wind knocked out of you, with basically a gash in your side from one of the spikes, as you find yourself at the bottom of basically about a 15-foot deep, pretty large pit. About this time, as you see this blur of motion, as you're flying and you're watching and you're kind of sitting there. There's something, and this is kind of rapid fire thinking, but you're kind of sitting there going, "This guy is really good at staying invisible, yet he shot one shot and then ran very clearly in plain view of us. And it clicks for you like he wanted us to see it.
Oops.
Just as you hear this, as you see Valen below you, just a little ways in front of you, you see him hit this and then fall into this pit.
And I don't see any other sign of this person.
Nope.
I'm gonna fly down to Alan.
Yeah, I was already going to get my rope and try to throw it at somebody or just throw it up onto the surface.
Okay.
I'll
I guess you can try to fly down and get me.
Yeah, I'll fly down to the edge. Alan?
Yep.
Yeah.
wait, do I have rope?
I do.
I pull out a rope and tie. Is there a nearby tree? Close to the edge?
There's a lot of nearby trees.
Okay, great. I'm gonna try and tie this sucker tight around this tree and throw it down to Valen.
Okay. Make a athletics check.
Yep. Where's my athletics? Okay. That is a 12.
Okay, still easy enough for you. Like you, after you may have cracked a rib or two with that hit,
yeah.
like as you like recover and you kind of feel that cracking pain in your chest as you catch your breath again. And as she does, and she throws the rope down to you, and you're able to shimmy up it pretty quickly.
I was just gonna.
As about this time, you guys catch up.
Yeah. I think I learned a lesson today.
I really just went because, the woods is kind of his domain, is from what I'm understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But you were really fast.
Up until the moment I hit the pit at full speed.
But I think Sarah's right. I think he's playing with us.
I ran after you to tell you fucking stop running.
Why are
Okay,
we
well,
just
decided.
silence here? Alright, so now what? This guy is clearly,
I lost him.
well, he's clearly smarter than us. Well, we're letting him be smarter than us. We're letting him trick us. Let's not let him keep doing that to us. I know.
We are inside his domain right now.
I get that, but we can be smarter. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. This is not my area, but I'm just saying, you guys.
Well,
can
you
be
had
smarter.
prefaced with saying let's be smarter, and then
Yeah.
said, okay, so someone please be smarter.
Yeah.
Shit, don't roll! Stop rolling. How
You're
far?
freaking out, it's not gonna help.
How far are we into the woods from where we were last, like in like that like Edgewood area?
At this pit from like where you were in the avalanche, you're now at about 170 feet.
I was completely through my whole movement.
Almost. You're pretty close.
170 from the avalanche?
Let's take a minute. Let's back up. Let's figure out where we are. Valen, how you feeling?
I'm okay. Pride's a little hurt, but that's about it.
Am I still feeling like I can't focus very well?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna make a perception. I'm gonna make a. It's still wisdom, isn't it? Nature.
Okay.
Or
It's intelligent.
is it intelligence? Is nature intelligence?
Wait, nature check?
Nature's
Like,
intelligence.
look for anything that could give us an indication of like pathways of like where he could be going,
That would be survival.
which is wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be a disadvantage. Well, that was a 3 and a 13, so that's gonna be plus something small because I don't have great survival. I think my survival is only like a 4.
That's pretty good.
It's a 7. 3 plus 4 is
The
7.
roll wasn't good. The survival bonus is pretty good though.
Sure. Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah, you got nothing. You have no idea.
These are trees, and I know very little about them. Do you know the most trees I have seen is in the past 6 months of knowing you all?
Okay. I turn to you because I feel like you are very good at strategy. Can you think about, put yourself in his mind. You both hide in the shadows and you both shoot at people when they're not, stragglers. So where would he go? What is he trying to do to us?
Pick us off one at a time
Okay.
by letting his terrain do the work.
All right.
Why expend any energy into killing anybody when your traps can do it? But if they get off course, then you have to keep them back on course. So you give them just enough of a lure that they will follow and run very quickly until they fall into another one of your traps. We are literally going to be exhausted to death.
Right. Okay. So, do you think maybe we should just completely ignore his next trap? Would that be a good idea?
Stop rolling. I don't know because this is not my terrain. And I don't know how to lure him.
I don't think we. Maybe we can by not staying on track.
By
Like you said.
forcing him to have to keep corralling us?
Yeah.
But why would he keep corralling us if he thinks he's safe?
Mm.
'Cause it's a game. He likes it.
We can certainly try to stay just outside of the path he has set, just be a little off course, and see if he's forcing us to corral us back on.
Is it a good idea for us? Sorry, was it a bad idea for us to stay kind of close? Do we need to be further apart?
I don't know how much time we have left to knock this stone.
I know time is against us, but we've
I
yet to
swear
lay a
God, if you
hand
roll
on
one more
him.
time, I'm gonna throw dice at you. Stop rolling dice! Ah!
So, as you guys are talking, you hear kind of a distance away from you and up. You hear like a like going up, like seemingly, and then nothing for a second. And then closer to you, above you, you hear as you look up and you see what looks like almost like a bag of some sort come crashing down through the trees and land in the snow and in the midst. And suddenly bursting out of the bag, you see this small, like green creature with like horns and teeth and just this almost lizard or frog-like texture to its skin with jointed legs, leap out at Valen.
Do we get like any kind of checks or anything?
It's an attack.
I can't be
and
surprised. Do I get it? Can I attack it?
you all saw this happen.
Okay, never mind. I'm like, can I cut its head off?
So, essentially, the way this is going to work, because it rolled a natural 20,
Oh no!
so that's going to be...
I don't like this at all.
I'm looking at his
So,
spells.
so 5 piercing and 8 poison damage. As this thing just comes out like an angry badger with this weird as it comes at you and just starts biting and scratching into you. And just for the sake of the time, you guys are able to catch it and kill it pretty easily.
Okay.
It just seems like it's been flung at you.
Did I kill it?
Oh, you want them 10 hit points? No.
No.
I had to ask.
And I heard up in the trees, scurry, 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 hop, scurry, scurry, scurry.
No, essentially what you heard was the sound of what sounded like branches breaking as this thing was moving through the canopy, basically. And you heard from a distance away it moving up, and then closer to you, then silence, then moving closer to you, moving down toward you.
But not the bag. I heard whoever was carrying the bag.
You think you heard the bag.
Oh, the bag scurried?
I didn't say anything about a scurry. No, you heard like the branches.
It was
sound
hitting
of it
things
moving
as it was
through the
being-
canopy.
That is flung from a distance too, then potentially. It certainly had a good arc to it.
Who has good sight? Like who? I know you got your invisibility thing.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, but other than that, who's like can see in the dark?
I mean, I have dark vision, but everything is still blurry.
You have dark vision.
We don't have any sort of invisibility sight.
I could hit him once. I could ruin it, but
If we get close enough to him, I can stop him from being invisible, but
Gotta get close to him.
got one shot at it.
Is there anything that would draw him in? And Easy can cast an illusion. You throw him, I don't know what.
Maybe try to trick him with some kind of. I feel like he's watching us, not so much based on noise or movement.
We could don't roll. We could level the playing field to make one of us invisible.
Go for it. Maybe not.
As you say that, you hear another, and you see like Iziri take a shot in the shoulder from another arrow, coming a little bit more to the left this time.
Clocked it? Okay. Fuck, we were just...
Roughly the same, you would guess the same arc as...
As the thrown object?
Yeah.
Someone make somebody invisible right now.
I don't
That's-
have that.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is gonna do, but fine. I'm gonna cast invisibility on you.
And because I have those boots, I can stealth with advantage right now. If I can't be seen. And I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna pat you and I'm gonna say, bye. And I'm gonna start heading towards where the arc came from.
Yeah. You'll be able to stealth for the sound of footsteps. Like, right, you would be able to...
Well, I'm invisible right now, so in theory, I can roll advantage for the sound of my footsteps.
For the sound part, like... So, because, like, he could still see footsteps, potentially, in the snow.
I still have the freedom of movement, would it be able to hinder my ability to make too many bad tracks?
It's not really what that's about. It's just about keeping you moving.
Sorry, that's fine. At least, so he can't clock the sound, if nothing else.
Okay, sorry, I need to figure out how much damage Iziri just took here. So she takes 14 total. Okay, so you're starting to move apart from the group?
I'm trying to find where the start of the arc is.
Okay. So you're going off on your own. You see the footsteps in the snow start moving off in that direction.
So I'm first going to cast Aid on myself, Aziri, and who else is kind of hurt?
I've had 4 hit points lost, but I only have 34.
You're gone.
Yeah.
I don't have.
I mean, I'm a little above halfway now.
Do you look hurt?
I'm a little hurt from the avalanche.
Okay. I'll give me, Aziri, and Zenoa 5 temporary hit points. And then I will kind of go behind a tree, like try to put a tree between me and where I saw that arrow come from. Kind of peek around and basically I'm trying to give a distraction from him. I'm gonna go like from tree to tree, like peeking around, trying to like if Asura's going this way, I'm gonna go this way, tree to tree.
Okay. Make a perception check, and make a perception check with disadvantage.
That is going to be 19, 20, 21, 22 with a disadvantage.
That one.
I'm also going to cast Minor Illusion, which is only a 5-foot cube, but I'm going to make it look like she's still there and crunched down behind a tree.
Okay. So very tiny Asura.
It's 5 foot cube. Yeah, it's
Right.
like 2 minutes.
Just tuck
I'm
down.
a petite
Sure.
woman.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys both make your way as you're following these footsteps in the snow that seem to be mostly silent. As you make your way kind of to the rough area where you think the arrow and the bag came from. Both of you make a survival check.
Survival is what?
Wisdom.
Yep.
I'm not good at survival.
Wisdom? God fucking me.
Dang.
That is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
14.
14? Okay. You see what looks like footsteps, like running away from you, kind of back. It's almost like, so you were traveling this way, and then you went this way as the shot came and everything like that, and now you see it heading in that direction, like to the north again.
Like,
You're smiling, and I know that means I shouldn't follow it, but Asura doesn't know any better.
It means there are footsteps headed to the north.
Can I climb up?
You can, yeah, sure.
Can I use acro instead of athletics? though?
Climbing is just athletics. So.
I was hoping I could parkour.
I'm gonna duck behind a tree between me and the footsteps
That's
and
okay.
motion to these guys, like, all clear.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. So you make your way and climb up toward the top of the tree. It's getting too thin to really get above the tree line.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get above the tree line. I'm just trying to get up a little bit to see, like, if I can see now from this vantage point, if I can see any, like, bowing of the trees, any sort of, like, anything that would indicate that this person has gone back upwards again.
Okay, roll another perception check.
Disadvantage. Am I ever getting out of this? 17 and an 18, so 17 plus 9 is whatever that is.
26.
26.
26. Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything. Seems to indicate that you can tell, like, any sort of movement through the trees.
Is there anything down below, like rustling, movement, anything like that? From like just being a little bit up.
Perception check.
God
Since
damn
you're
it.
checking different things there.
18.
18. You see probably 300 feet, like a good football field yard, length away. You feel like just for a moment you feel like you saw a movement. Moving away.
300 moving away.
To the north.
To the north. I should have just followed those fucking movements. You made me doubt myself. Where the tree lines are right now, do I look like I can use my acrobatics to like hop branches and go that direction?
Sure, it'll be slow, but yeah, you can.
I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, roll an acrobatics check.
Please be. Not great. Oh no, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Okay. I mean, it's pretty. They're pretty thick branches, or pretty thickly forested, I should say. So it's not really much of an issue. It's still a little bit slow to kind of duck and dive under stuff and things like that. So you're only moving about 15 feet around.
Can I movement, action, bonus action? I mean, I still have freedom of movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just dash the crap out of, like, tap, 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 trying to hit these branches as fast as possible?
Sure. So you guys see, you hear, well, no, I guess you wouldn't actually, so, because she's just,
Yes, we don't know she's moving, do we?
you know she went up the tree. You saw her footsteps disappear at the end of the tree, and then she's going off on her own.
Yep.
We're all still trying to follow the footsteps that we did see, though.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to have to do at this point.
I guess let's like fan out maybe. Not too far, but
Sure. Maybe 10 feet of distance between us.
each or so.
Like when you're like go like the under like when the people when they fan off for like the controlled burns, they're always like just like in that space of each
And
other.
I keep casting minor illusion to make it look like she's behind a tree, and then she's behind another tree, and then she's behind another tree. But you don't see the footsteps.
And
What Asura wishes she was.
What's the range on that?
It's 30 feet.
Okay.
And
And by the time you reach the spot where he was from where you were when Asura left, basically you're more than 30 feet away. Like
Yeah,
this
that's
is-
why I keep popping her between trees as we're going.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it
Sure,
look like she's
sure.
still moving with the party, but she's like, as we're walking, she's like, can't see me. Can't see me. And just popping
The
out.
most extra version of Asura.
Yeah.
She can't kill what she can't see.
Okay.
It's a
John
minor illusion. It's not the best thing, but like, it's enough to go, is that her?
It's just obnoxious enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are making your way kind of at your normal pace as she's parkouring through the woods.
Yes, let me parkour the woods. Let me do it.
At full speed, dashing, you're moving, ahead of them. As you keep moving, you keep getting further and further away from them. As you guys eventually encounter another area that looks like leaves and rocks and things like that, maybe slightly disturbed in a kind of a round, rough area in your pathway.
The one's on the foot, down on the ground.
Is there a way around it?
Sure.
It looks safe. Like,
Roll a perception check.
You were I was going to do
I'm
it.
not stepping on any rocks. Just gonna mud it.
Just gonna stay put, basically.
Is it all rocks? There's no way to step on.
No, there's. It's just a mix. It's
8.
8. looks fine.
No, I mean like around it. Okay, it looked the.
Yeah, looks safe.
Okay, I'll go around it then.
Okay. So you start. Which way? Left or right?
Far right.
All right. Okay. How far?
I'm gonna give myself 20 feet into the last ruffled ground that I see.
Okay.
I hate this game.
I know.
This game is the worst.
So you see Bear just start to walk to the right. As you have no idea where Asura is. She lost track of her. But as you guys pause and you keep getting further and further away from them.
Am I still following the rustle?
There was no rustle. There was only footprints.
Am I still following the footprints?
Yeah, as far as you know. I mean, you
I
see
hate you
footprints below you.
I hate you so much. I hate this game. And I want to leave now.
So you see the group pretty far behind you. You're probably at this point maybe 100 feet ahead of them,
Okay.
and you see them stop as Bear starts moving off to the right on his own.
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy about, I suppose, whatever the farthest
It's only
distance.
30-foot range.
That's fine. Down on the ground, because I don't know how high I am up right now. And they're just going to hear this, bird,
You can't do that.
I can't do
You
that?
don't want to do that
What?
because you become uninvisible if you cast a spell.
Thaumaturgy is a natural trait of mine.
It's still a spell.
It's still
Oh! I thought for tieflings it just counted as an innate skill set.
Well, sort of. It's an innate cantrip.
Gotcha.
It's-
Then
it's
never
like-
mind. Then I won't do that.
Elves are the
I
same
misunderstood.
thing.
I misunderstood what the function of it was for the
It's just
the
it's
creature.
like
I would
it's
double
kind of
check,
like a
yeah.
sorcerer where it's a spell, but it's a spell you know innately. It's not like a wizard where you learned it.
Gotcha. Then never mind. Then I won't do that.
Okay.
Sorry, boys.
You
And so
could
no.
just whistle.
Sure, but then I will be up in a tree whistling.
That tree's whistling.
I'm not that good at making fake noises.
Are you keeping going or are you stopping?
I'm torn now. I'm gonna. I feel like no.
Time
no.
keeps going by as you sit in indecision.
He's gonna roll again. It's gonna
I
go
know he is.
crazy.
I'm gonna stop, and I'm just gonna watch
Okay.
and see if I can see any footsteps come towards where they are.
Okay. Bear, you start making your way to the right with about a 20-foot kind of radius, right? So you start making your way. You get about halfway. Nothing happens.
Okay.
And you start making your way, around to the other side. And as you reach the other side, as you step kind of back on the path, so to speak, you see a flare of symbols under your feet.
Oh, damn it.
As you see fire erupt out of the ground
Damn it.
from a spell symbol.
Okay.
As you take
Wait, do I get a check or anything?
the check was perception, and you didn't see it.
I don't get like a dexterity check, saving throw?
Not on this one. So that's just 7 points of fire damage.
Okay.
After seeing that, I then take the same trail that he took, hoping that it's gone.
But it was on the path that, like, once he got
That's
back
when he
around.
reconnected.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we can circle right behind him.
Paper, wait. And I take some charcoal and draw his eyebrows back on. You're good.
Okay, give me mustache.
How much did you do?
7.
Rid of this. Like, he went to the-
Has the footsteps look like they stop to like observe what happened or go back towards what happened or anything like that? Have I seen the footprints make any sort of change?
No, it's just like a still set of footprints. It's not like active movement. Like it's
Oh, I thought I was watching active
no.
movement.
And these footprints look like these look fresh. They look
Yeah.
like they're okay.
I'm gonna like.
But you here so make a perception check for me, like the three of you.
Okay.
Well, and you two. Well, no, you're up in the air, unless you're down with them.
I came down to help him.
All right, you can roll them.
19.
4.
I lost my glasses.
Oh, no.
It's a 5.
13.
Okay. You notice something odd, and just out of instinct, as you guys have circled around now to where Bear is, and you look back at this, this kind of roundish area that you were avoiding, something seems different from what you saw before, even though you only saw it for a flash. And you just very carefully kind of look down, or kind of get down, and you can kind of see the edge of a tarp, and you look under, and kind of slowly pull up, and there's just ground.
Never know.
What?
Yeah, it was a
He
fake. There was a
is-
fake trap
He's
to
playing
get you to
with
go
us.
around it, so that you would go to the other side and then hit the real trap. Yeah, I hate this game.
I am going to check for illusion as best I can. Like, see if these footprints are magical.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Please roll well on this one. Seriously.
Come on, friend.
Nope. 7.
In fact, honestly, you shouldn't even have had to roll because you're right next to him. Like you
Okay.
can bend down and kind of touch, like, and see their real
These are
footprints.
real footprints.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
there's no snow. Like you can feel it's not an illusion.
Okay.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if what I'm tracking is fake or real?
I mean, they'd be the same set of footprints.
Oh, I'm following the same. I thought I was following a different set than they were.
No, we're just further behind you.
No,
Oh,
essentially,
okay.
so you guys went over
sorry, I
to
misunderstood.
the area where you saw the shot and the bag roughly come from, and you saw footprints like leading off to the north, like a still set of footprints, and you started following that. You're both following the same kind of just set in place set of footprints that look fresh and are not an illusion.
How high are the branches? Like how on the trees? Besides, how high are the branches?
They vary. Like
Okay.
some of them are low. Depends on the kind of tree, but some of them are low, some of them are higher.
There's a part of me that wants to kind of scrape one of these trees and then kind of guide you guys along without being on the actual footpath. Like you guys walk off of the path and hope that he's not laid some other trap for us.
Which he has.
I'm sure. And I can guide you by the footprints in the snow.
Oh, like we stay off the path
And
you
I stay
keep us
over it. Like I
Oh,
go
okay.
to the viewpoint of the tracks so that I can still see the
Sure.
tracks.
Let's give it a
Try
shot.
that.
Yeah.
But where are we headed? I mean, he's just running circles around us. Like, we need
Well,
him
we,
to come to us.
yeah, but we know where he's going. Or at least we know where he's been. I get that he's leading us to a trap. Like, that's obvious. But he's got to run out at some point.
Run out of traps?
Yeah.
Is that what our plan is?
When I get my
I don't think we have the time. I don't think we have time for the attrition plan.
We just need him to get close enough to us.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go with your plan. I like that.
Why don't you invite him to the Folly? We could use a guy like this. He could come close.
Ouch. But valid. We can do it for a little while and then come up with something else. I don't know. Because right now he is 10 steps ahead of us.
Agreed.
We're, as the sir said earlier, we're in his terrain.
Agreed.
So Oh, he's got the advantage.
Stop rolling! Stop rolling! I hate this.
You're in a tree.
I'm just gonna start going again. I'm tired of waiting for them.
How far behind
Off
were
on
we?
your own?
Yeah.
Did you climb your tree?
She's about 100 feet behind, ahead of you at this
Okay,
point.
so we're way. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna scrape the tree and then try to guide them. Like, I won't have them walk off of the path, and I'll keep an eye on the footprints in the trees, from the trees, and then try to guide them, like keep
Okay.
them on pace, but not on the actual path.
Okay, roll an athletics check first. Well, I think you already rolled one, didn't you? No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't.
that's a 10.
10. Still no problem.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of branches and everything. And then roll a acrobatics to start trying to move.
That was better. That's 21.
Okay. So easy enough to move through the trees. Again, it's going to be a slow pace.
Because I'm trying to guide
Yeah,
them a
trying to
little
keep track of these
bit. Yep.
from that position, and so you guys are starting to move as you just take off, gaining more and more distance from them.
And
as
I'm-
they
I'm
have
taking
moved
up-
at a slower pace after sitting there talking for a while.
And I'm taking up front, just like trudging after the footprints. I don't care.
Okay. So as you get further and further, 150 feet, 200 feet from them, 250, you start not hearing them very much anymore. You probably think you've probably crossed no, that was before. Sorry. And you keep kind of traveling as you eventually lose sight and sound of the party. As you keep following these footsteps that seem to be headed straight, as far as you can tell, in a direction. And let's see.
Stop rolling. You give me so much anxiety.
Okay. So. Okay. As you are moving forward, and you start to see, like you think you see something, but then you hear, and you see an arrow coming straight for you, as you try to get out of the way, but it hits you in the side, even invisible, and you are, he nat 20'd on perception.
Bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
And even with disadvantage on the attack, he still rolled a 24. So,
Fucking bullshit.
so you are going to take 6 piercing and 8 poison.
Do we hear this?
No, she's way
I'm
far.
so
She's
far
like
away.
out of earshot.
But
on the
how
right
far
side.
away was that attack from me?
You'd probably guess about 100, 120 feet, give or take.
And can I
and-
see?
Yeah, you do see him. You do see a form take off again to the north.
I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke. Because I don't have to see them. If they hit me, I can hit them back.
Okay.
And it'll be a burst of fire.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
So they have to make a Dex saving. Because I'm going to lose the spell once I cast it, I guess. They have to make
Yeah, it is a spell, so you're gonna lose your invisibility.
Yeah. Well, he saw me on a nat 20.
At least
Well, I
for
mean-
now. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's up to you. We got
Do
a
I-
reaction
Yep.
thing, so.
Yeah, I don't know if you lose it. I know you lose it if you do an attack.
How long have I been invisible at this point?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've lost track
It
of
only
time.
lasts an hour.
You only have it for an hour.
I mean, probably only about maybe 15 minutes since the beginning.
No, I'm just gonna like, like suck in every like ounce of pain I don't cry out, and I just hold it because I'm still invisible even though he hit me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately break it off, let it drop, press in, and I just like take some fabric and I just stop whatever blood could potentially drip. I'm like preventing anything from leaving a mark at this point.
Okay.
And I'm just sitting in that tree like, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. Can I see where the footsteps have gone?
Yeah, they're still headed like straight north. And that's roughly where you got shot from.
I'm just gonna sit for a little bit and just like wait until I can hear them again.
Okay.
I think we need to fan out.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, I think there's about 10 feet of distance between each person.
In all opposite directions? Like, are we dispersing?
Well, he's in the tree,
Yeah.
and I figured that the four of us were.
You're flying, aren't you? Or,
I can't.
No, it's 10 minutes.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
The minute that I can just barely hear them though, I start booking it again. Like I build the distance again, but I'm like just so that I know that they're, at least I can hear that they're okay.
Okay. So you do eventually start hearing noises of them kind of making their way very slowly, and you can hear the sound of Valen kind of vaulting from tree to tree with these creaks and branches, and Stoic just kind of tromping through the woods, very unstealthily. And so eventually, you're just starting to hear and see them maybe about 150 feet away, and then you just start.
Start booking it again.
Okay. So after traveling, a little bit further, you probably guess you're about maybe 250 feet at this point. Back again, kind of losing sight and sound from them again.
Am I still feeling like, is that perception still a little funny, or am I starting to get my?
No, it's.
How long have I had it now?
At this point, maybe, let's see, from when you first did it to the traveling, probably about an hour and a half.
Jesus. Oh, I hate this.
So, roll another perception check.
That's gonna be 14.
14? Okay. So, eventually you see something kind of down on the ground, a little ways ahead of you. As you get a little bit closer, you see what looks like from a kind of overhanging tree branch, you see a rope leading down where you see what looks like a humanoid figure with their hands kind of tied up, like their feet kind of barely brushing the ground, tied up, like hanging from more or less hanging from the tree branch. And as you freeze in place and kind of watch for a second, you can kind of see just a little bit of breath coming from them.
You said as a human?
Looks like.
How far down are they aiming for the branch?
From that branch, it's probably about like 15 feet of rope.
If I were to cut the rope, is that considered an attack? Would I lose invisibility just to like interact with an object?
I don't think. Let me read. I don't think so. Let me read real quick. And I would say, in combat, it might be a little different, but in this kind of situation.
And everything on me right now is invisible too, correct? Not just me.
Attack or cast a spell. I would say in a non-combat situation, you might be able to get away with doing it careful enough to not get away with it. It would be really slow and careful.
Very methodical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, and the rope, I have rope on me and it's still considered invisible. while it's attached to me in some fashion, correct? It's not like it becomes invisible if I like tie it to something.
No, it's like the things on you are invisible, but if you use it or set it down, it's gonna not be invisible.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. Like, if I were to tie rope to a tree but still have it attached to me, is it still considered invisible because it's still to my person?
That's a good question.
I'm playing a very dangerous game right now
That's definitely damn judgment.
because it never technically is completely gone from my person.
Yeah, wearing or carrying. I think that's stretching a little far.
I wouldn't be wearing it if it's wrapped around my person.
Yeah, I think practically what would happen essentially is the rope would be, you would see the rope
And see the
then
tension.
it would like disappear basically.
Yeah, you would know exactly the
Sure.
point where the
When
disappearance
it
started.
got to you. Yeah.
How sturdy does that tree branch look like that he's tied to right now?
It's hard to tell. I mean, it looks like it has a little bit of bounce to it. It's
Does this person look fucked up or does he look just like weak?
it's hard to tell without getting closer.
My goodness versus my fuck this. What's more important right now? Oh, Sarah's feeling conflicted because she got filled by that blood and she's thinking a lot about what it is to be good and if good exists and okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna climb very quietly down
Okay.
to get to where it's tied at the top. And like literally like lay my body on that branch so that I'm reached out and like my tail is wrapped and my arm is wrapped and I'm trying to like just the quietest possible saw that.
Okay. And as you get closer, you see that she is wearing, pretty nice clothes, but dirty and kind of torn in a few places. And you see like some dried blood, kind of like down the side of her face and everything. And she's just, you're not sure if she's conscious or just extremely weak, but she doesn't look great.
Well, I hope she survives the fall. And I'm just gonna.
Roll a stealth check for me, by the way, with advantage.
That's 16 plus 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. Yes.
Okay. So,
How far up are they from the ground right now?
about 15 feet.
It's,
Or no, like they're like
Just
her
barely?
toes are basically like touching the ground, but not enough
okay.
to like
Oh,
stand.
I thought that we would get like a drop. Would this person take damage if they fell from that height?
Yeah, probably not. no.
Okay, cool. Then I won't cast Featherfall. Then I'm just gonna real gentle, slow saw this rope. Like, you can, just painfully slow.
Okay. So as you slowly start sawing away at this rope, very carefully, very, very slowly, as you see the threads just sort of like boom, 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 boom.
And just before the just when I can see that at this point this rope can't hold, and it's going and like gravity is going to pull the last of it, I'm gonna immediately slide my body back onto like the body of the tree to let the rope break itself. I'm not gonna do the last slice. You know how like when
I mean, that might take quite a bit of time. Like you're
yeah, that's fine.
okay.
Like,
So-
because it can't be more, like, I'm trying to think, like, at this point, the body is heavier than even the last little tinsel of, the last, couple threads of rope that could hold. Like, it would pop within the next,
That is an extremely difficult thing to judge.
Listen, I'm trying every avenue I can. Listen, you know me well enough to know that I will pull whatever I can pull.
Yep.
Gosh, and to execute, like to judge and to execute. So I want you to roll an intelligence check.
Okay. That's going to be a 14.
Okay. And a dex, just a straight dex check.
6.
Okay.
Cool.
So, as you go to do this, and you just see the threads just one by one, slowly plucking away. You get to the point where it's about to give, and you finally you try to stop it, but then you just hear that as it starts to come apart. And because she rolled a nat 1 on her perception and doesn't know you're there or that you're doing this and can't warn you, you see a flare as you see runes light up on the branch.
Jesus fucking Christ!
As your vision just becomes fire, as you see this,
Tiefling, I can at least get resistance.
and you
to
hear
fire.
just the briefest like, no, as from her, as everything just becomes fire, as you feel the branch like go out from under you, as you're basically hit with this fire, and then you find yourself falling just 15 feet, so it's not bad, but you are going to take.
It'll be halved because I'm a tiefling.
Yeah, that is half, so 9, 14, so 7 fire damage.
Oh!
So,
As you collapse to the ground in a pile of like splinters and cinders, next to what looks like a charred corpse at this point.
Cool. Love that I was trying to be fucking helpful.
So now here's my rules question.
You see, this was obviously a trap as
Yeah.
well. From
Because
And my goodness got the better
I
name.
thought it was odd that like they should fade when she got shot, and then it dawned on me this is the concentration spell, and so she should be having to make a con save when she takes damage. But technically, since I cast a spell on her, is it based off of my concentration? Hers.
well, you cast the spell on her,
Yes.
so it'd be your concentration.
So she can get hurt all she wants, and as long as I'm not distracted, she stays invisible.
Yeah, or she attacks or casts a spell.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to clarify because I was like,
Yeah.
that's really weird that she can take this much damage and not.
Yeah, because she's not the one holding the concentration.
Okay.
I immediately, as soon as I hit the ground, I try not to make a noise, but like everything in my body just wants to scream like, fuck this bullshit, fuck all of this bullshit, and I want to tuck behind whatever is there, and I want to find the healing potion and just down it.
Okay. So go ahead and
Give me
roll your 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. These fancy
Four.
things.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Regular healing potion.
Yeah, it should be just regular 2d4 plus 2. It's written right there. 3, 3, 6 plus 2, 6, 8. Looking rough.
That'll recover your fire damage.
Yeah. And then
You guys, up ahead of you, you see a flash of fire.
I trudge
Quite a ways, about 250 feet away from you.
Yeah.
In the distance.
Pick up speed, trying at best.
Okay. You wait for them.
I'm gonna climb back up the tree. I'm gonna climb back up a different tree.
Okay. I'll just keep your same athletics. So you guys eventually reach the spot where you just see a bunch of melted snow and charred wood and a couple pieces just very tiny burning still, as you see this kind of charred corpse of a woman on the ground. Nothing else.
This guy's a monster.
All of the places we have noticed him.
Well,
Do-
when you've been shot, you've seen him twice.
Yeah. Just collectively, I guess, as a group, direction from being shot, or just, I haven't been shot, but just visibly seen flashes of him. Is there a pattern at all to his movements?
He seems to be headed north, based on
Okay.
where you're getting shot from. It seems like
So he just keeps.
he had changed directions once, like, and you don't know if it's just to get a different angle at you and, you know, to play with you a little bit,
But there's
the
no-
footsteps are headed almost directly north.
Almost directly. So there's not even like a zigzag pattern or anything there.
No.
Yeah, it's just straight shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
This woman is dead.
Dead. Very dead.
I guess I'll search her. Yeah.
Okay. Roll investigation check.
Would I need to get up higher to try to see further out to see if there's anything, I don't know, plant-based or...
Yeah, getting higher is not really going to help you in this case because there's so much. It's a forest. Like there's so much. You know, eventually you get the tree line.
Yeah.
But it's like there's the higher you get, the more branches there are in
Yeah.
a way. It's kind of a catch-22. So it's like you get a little bit of vantage point from being up there, but
Yeah.
you know, it's not like a regular tower over a field where the higher you get, the more you see. It's,
And I wasn't sure if I could get above, like, poke my head above the tree line or anything. And
I mean, you could try.
Yeah.
You know, you would see the tree line
yeah.
or the canopy.
Rolled a 16. On
Okay.
investigation.
So as you look over her, you see, you know, evidence of. Wow, it's kind of hard with the charring, I guess, with the burning and everything. You don't really see anything of value. Like you just see like clothes, and you know now mostly burned off, but very nice clothing. Yeah, you'd say probably a similar quality to what you saw around the carriage.
So I don't know that we can get ahead of him. I only really have two ideas. If we could get ahead of him somehow, I can make myself adept at creating a trap to make myself proficient.
You try to trap him.
Yep. Trap the trapper.
I mean,
I can.
I like the idea behind it, but I don't think he's. No offense, I just don't think he's not gonna fall for it.
I know. Or I could talk with this.
You can speak with the dead?
Yep.
I mean,
See if she.
see if she knows
saw
something.
my Lead.
Yeah, go for it, I think.
A couple of you roll an intelligence check for me.
I'm still up in the tree, right?
I'm not rolling that.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's doing it?
No, that's it.
Whenever.
Yeah, somebody in the group, like somebody who's
Okay.
talking. And,
Yeah. Didn't matter. I rolled a 2.
16.
Nope. That was a natural one.
Okay. Judging from what you've seen so far, you kind of get the impression he's not going to let you sit here and figure things out. So you get the impression this is a very intentional harassment.
He's
That
feeding
the
us
longer
all.
you sit here and talk, the more likely something else is going to happen.
Do we know where the north leads? Like, our
This is
cartography? Do we? Our
wild,
do we know?
unmapped
Okay.
land. Like, this is...
We have no idea.
Yeah, literally the
Fixing
only
to find out.
On average, this person has been about 200 to 300 feet away
Yeah.
when they
So far,
when
yeah.
they pick us off and we stick around too long.
so
We don't
far.
have
Yes.
spells.
I'm just above them right now in the trees because I haven't moved. I'm gonna just you're gonna hear a very soft voice above your head saying, "Stay here until somebody gets hit," and I'm gonna go about 250 feet ahead, north.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go any closer. I am gonna go to the left, maybe at 50 feet away from these guys, and find some cover. Well, I didn't go any closer.
I'm just trying to see if I can catch them at the distance they would fuck with one of my friends.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just walking around in like a 10-foot circle, very frustrated, like kicking snow and breaking branches and just. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, because I know you're
Would I be able to roll a perception check to try to keep an eye out for anything being shot at me in particular? And if so,
catch it.
would I be able to use if I had a perception when it shot me? Would I be able to use my reaction to try to catch it? Because if so, I'm going to make
Sure.
I'm going to try to make myself a
Perception,
target.
Come on, big money, big money, big money.
That's a 9. That's not going to do it. But
I mean, you can still catch it if
I
it
can
hits
try.
it tries to hit you, right?
Yeah, potentially.
yeah,
There. Can I borrow your axe?
Oh, I want. I lost it.
Hatchet? Can I have your hatchet?
I have one. I lost it. I got 3. I threw them.
And then he never collected them.
in bear fashion.
One went in the ocean or the lake. One went in a stone giant. And one we didn't have time to go back for.
And then all the time you could have bought more.
Yeah.
I have a lot of weapons. I have like. I'm amazed.
I mean, I'm literally like loaded up with all the little shiny.
I don't know if Lisa's got one in the bag of holding.
There probably is one. To be very honest, we collect a lot of ratchet stuff.
I just want to start chopping on a tree. I'm gonna drop one, like, and then I'm gonna drop another one. But no place to hide.
I will burn the forest to the ground.
I think I'm going to, because I know we've had a couple poison attacks, I'm going to go ahead and drink my antitoxin, which gives me advantage on saving throws against poison for an hour.
Okay.
If ever a time.
Yeah. All right.
I've had that since the sea giant fight, I think.
Yeah, we've had that for a
Can I
while.
get that to you?
Yep.
Okay. So, couple things. As you pull this out, you like pop the cork and start swigging. You hear another as Stoic takes an arrow to the chest.
Finally! Dude, because everyone's gotten hurt except for me. I'm making the most noise.
He feels left out, okay?
All my friends are getting hurt. I'm just like, it's madder and madder, this guy.
Well, you get your wish as you take. Let's see. So you take 10 points of piercing damage and 8 points of poison damage.
Jesus.
Nah.
Well, there you are.
Now, roll a perception check.
Do I still with disadvantage?
Oh, yeah.
Please let me do this. Alrighty, 14.
You know it came from the north, like just from the trajectory of the arrow, but you look and you don't see anything. Which you find strange, because as somebody who their entire combat is based on like hiding and firing, you feel like that firing should have revealed where he is, but you're not seeing anything.
Jesus! Heck me, Christ! I don't.
Let's go to
Which further confirms your theory or your kind of conclusion. He's not going to let you sit here.
Yeah.
Let's just play his game.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And move it at a pace.
Because we're just gonna get picked off if we sit here. He wants us to go there. Let's go.
I'm gonna okay. I'm about 50 feet away from you guys, so I want to basically talk to them. But I know I can't do it perfectly, but I want to let them hear me, but try to let him not hear me. If that makes sense, like shout enough to where they can hear me, but like not shout.
And let it all out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, like you try to use a volume you think might hit, only them.
I can you throw your voice.
We haven't done this yet. Should we talk to him? Maybe he's waiting for us to talk to him.
Give it a shot, Bear.
Bordren? Is that you?
I don't hear anything.
I don't know much about you, but if you're willing to make a deal, we are willing to talk, negotiate. Look, all we want is a favor from your angel friend. We don't want you, we want a favor that he promised us. That's it. We can stop chasing you, you can stop hurting us, if we could maybe make some kind of deal.
right into your stomach.
Do I see where it came from?
Roll another perception check.
Please let me have this. Fuck me. 15.
Still came from the north.
Are there any
Same rough
animals
direction.
nearby?
Hold on. Bear is going to take.
Oh wait.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I can wait till you to give me the damage if I can take Zone's endurance, right? I think that's what we decided.
Think you can? Yeah.
Yeah, stones are endurance is after.
So you're going to take 9 points of piercing and 8 points of poison.
I'm gonna use Zone's endurance.
Okay. So roll a d12.
I can every time I do Stone's endurance, it's always so bad.
Any little bit helps.
It does. It does. What is my?
I'm just gonna start going. Can I see the tracks again leading?
You know, I mean, the tracks were always there.
Stoic. Can you write? Is seriously on the book or
No.
No. Okay.
I'm just gonna start heading north again.
Okay. So you start leaving the group again.
There?
Heading north.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if if they have stopped to shoot at my friends, can I get in front of them?
I didn't.
Okay.
I took 5 off of that. What was the damage?
So you
9 and
got
8.
4.
So it'll be 12 total.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm half. I'm half.
Here, let me.
Are there any critters
I'll be-
nearby?
Huh?
Are there any critters? Birds, squirrels, rabbits?
Make a perception check.
I'm also gonna cast Cure Wounds on the bear. Head first.
Oh, no, there's a dot. That's a 6. It's a dot.
Thanks.
Negative.
It's not a good roll. 7.
I so badly want to use Easy's polymorph.
I mean, honestly, he would.
T-Rex. Right through the middle.
Honest as fucking yes.
So, Sarah, you start to move away, and you hear that, like, coming for you again, and you're able to just barely get out of the way this time. You get the very distinct impression he knows where you are, but you don't. But you were able to dodge it this time.
Can I? And then I see once
Roll a
again.
perception check.
I literally this time I'm just I don't know at this point. That's gonna mother fudger. 11.
Nope.
I'm still going.
It's harder to hit moving targets. We need to move.
You do see an arrow go up into the branches ahead of you. The rest of you do.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll keep.
You see like a couple of branches move, like with way.
And they're way too far for us to see where it came from, other than from the north.
Yeah, this is pretty far away
Okay.
now, like from
Let's just.
you
Yeah,
guys. So.
we need to go.
Just keep moving.
Yep, we're moving. You guys still want me up in the branches guiding, or back down the ground? We just go as
No time. I'm just going.
Okay. So
I think I still would like to keep off the path, but just enough sight line to see the footprints. Because is he still on the path, or is he like out in the woods now?
I mean, you don't know where he is.
Sorry,
the footprints are still going
the
straight
path.
north as far as you can
Okay.
Can I start stealthing?
Sure, roll a stealth check. With advantage because you're invisible.
I'm moving full speed, right?
I'm moving with Stoic.
Yeah, and to clarify, I confuse things. So there is a difference between so the footprints, are still visible when you're walking on the snow. The sound is advantage, but you would have got advantage anyway because you're invisible.
Yeah.
So I should have had you had advantage before. But I didn't,
Okay.
so
Well,
sorry.
27.
Okay. Sorry, he's not 20 twice on perceiving you.
Yeah,
so-
it's fair. I hate this, but that's fair.
Yeah. So you guys, the rest of you, just start moving forward. You slow down to. So you're basically going to be keeping pace with them more or less as you move.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more sure-footed and a little bit less reckless with moving through these treetops.
Okay. You guys move, and you keep following these footsteps, and you reach a point, about 150 feet away, where you can see there's a few where it looks like the footsteps went either direction just a little bit, and you get the impression he has he moved a couple of different places as he shot, and then went, then rejoined those footsteps, going north. Basically you're getting the impression he's not trying to hide right now, like hide footsteps. And you're kind of seeing a little bit more clearly what
This is a lure. This is all.
what his pathing
Yes.
is. Or he just doesn't have time to hide it as he's harassing you guys at the moment. One or the other, not sure. But you keep following, several hundred more feet to the north, and just kind of keep following this. And up ahead, you start to see an area where it seems to open up a little bit. You see this kind of opening, and ahead, across this kind of clearing, and you see what looks like, like some stone. What looks like more of those like ancient, really, really ancient ruins that you've seen a couple times now in the Helterlands of just probably thousands of years old. Who knows what they once were. They've been so worn down that you see a couple of them in a roughly kind of circular fashion, fallen over and different things like that. And you see up ahead, behind that, across the clearing, you can see there's like another hill that just kind of goes up, and you see a bunch of different like kind of rocks and ledges and different things like this on this hill behind it. And you see various trees and stuff like that. It's not a completely opening. It's just where it seems like an area where the forest is thinned out significantly, and you can see like this kind of little rough wall right in front of you, where it's not a very functional wall. Like you could probably kick it over if you really wanted to, but it's there still, like very, very old, very short. Like we're talking like 4 or 5 feet at this point. Like some places lower, kind of wall. You kind of reach this clearing and kind of look out over it, and you see for the briefest of moments, standing up on the hill, like on a ledge on the hill behind you, you see a cloaked humanoid figure that you can't really see very well from here, but you see it very clearly standing there watching you, then duck down below view line, and you hear another click as ahead of you in the middle of the clearing, you see a rope just suddenly start as you see kind of tied up over one of the kind of ancient stone pillars. You see a really heavy rock suddenly get released as a counterweight, and in the middle of this area, you see this heavy, like, it almost looks like a grate of some kind, some sort of heavy door, get pulled up over, like up under, unveiling some sort of pit, and you hear something inside start to stir. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
No!
Cool.
Cool.
What a little booger he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Star Wars taught us anything, all you have to do is drop the door on top of the creature.
Yeah.
And then you're done. Taken care
Can
of.
you do that again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly the
I
sound.
felt like I was actually in the
I mean,
pit
I
with
can make
Kelly.
I can make creepy noises. It's just that's not one of them. I can make like creepy inhale noises, but they wouldn't be like ghouls, like the sound. It wouldn't be like that.
Yep. He's a very tricky guy.
Yes, he is. He's a pain.
I hate this.
He kicked
It's
our
when I
butts.
feel both stupid as a character and stupid as a
That was
person.
gonna be really hard to deal non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
You just want to kill him.
Yeah.
Make it to him.
Yeah.
We're gonna all be
All for
picked off.
self-control.
Yeah. We're gonna all be picked off and dead long before.
Yep.
At this point.
Yeah, we're gonna start being real careful.
All right. So we are doing it next week, right?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I lost track of what that date is.
It's been a night. I get it.
So, we will pick up next week to see this confrontation here. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And yeah, we will be back next Monday. See you guys.
Bye,
Bye.
Brilliance.